Hello and big ups to everybody out there in the Snortex, and may the Snorts be with you today. Don't really have a whole lot of news to share before we go on ahead and head over to Raw Phil to see what's going on with the guy live, but we do have a Snort Burnell video. Again, just kind of reviewing a little bit of what happened from yesterday. Not that we need a whole lot, but bear with me 1 second and we'll get started.
This today, FYI, is the final day of the week for streaming on Kick, meaning anything that comes in today kind of applies for this week on Kick. It would be a great day to get some gifted subs over on Kick. This week has actually been one of the slowest weeks I've had on Kick since I streamed on there. There just haven't been a lot of subs. I think we had DT101 who gifted like 14 subs, and there was a Test Tickles TV who did 10, and then we had one person who did like 6, everyone else like 111. So I think there was like 30 gifted subs total all week. That is really low on Kick, okay? So today...
So now we're going to get weekly begging every week when he gets paid from Kick, as opposed to the ultra begging that we get at the end of the month, which we just experienced a couple of days ago when he very clearly let us know that it was the last day of the month, which he says that very quickly in passing, and it's always code for... this is the last day that can go on my next YouTube check. So, make sure you send those super stickers and those super chats and give me all those yummy gifted subs, and then get yourself a sub. And so it kind of seems like now we're going to get these weekly, hey, make sure you pad that check. Make sure you pad that check. Happy May the Snorts be with you. May the 4th be with you.
Would be a massive day for support on Kick if we could get that to pick up, and if you've been holding off and, hey, I wanted to apply. Hey, now's the time to get it to apply. The sooner the better. Let's get these goals hit. Let's get this marathon going. FYI, during that marathon, yes, I'll be drinking. I actually bought some tequila to have during the marathon. We still have like 4 of those little shots left. Obviously, I still have that moonshine, but the moonshine is absolutely disgusting. So if I drink it, I'm going to drink it very sparingly during this marathon because it was gross. It really was. And of course...
Pigroach really wants to die of cirrhosis. That's a pretty good one.
I got something else. I actually got, per your request, guys, guess what I bought? Something that we had talked about last week. I got some White Claws. I've never had them before. And I know that this was a big fad where everyone needs White Claw alcoholic seltzer, and I never tried it. So I actually bought a variety pack of White Claw. And that, not to say that I'm going to be, if I hit a support goal, I'll drink a White Claw. It's a weak drink, but I'm going to probably have those over the course of the marathon casually during the day. So yes, I will be drinking during the marathon while we're trying out this variety of games. In addition, there'll be some food, but I don't know what it's going to be yet. It's my wife and I are just going to probably get something during the event. It's not going to be DSP Tries It or anything like that, okay?
Oh my God, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
We are in the midst.
It's time for Pigroach, the drama queen Burnell, to dance on Polygon's grave. What's up, Iviga? How you doing, honey? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did to his head, man. I have this idea where I want to start like a charity drive or something to legitimately just send him a wig or some kind of toupee or something to just help him hide his shame. I don't know why I feel the need to like want to do something nice for him, but
Gaming journalism apocalypse. Hold on. I just realized this camera's on. There we go.
I skipped a lot of this stuff yesterday on account of I don't fucking care and I don't know who does, but it's okay. I'm sure that this will still be interesting.
In the midst of a gaming journalism apocalypse. What does that mean? It means that over the last several days, some of these gaming journalism sites...
How many years till he shaves it off? Something strikes me that he's one of these egocentric motherfuckers that will keep like those last 2 like Homer Simpson strands up there.
And I definitely say that
he already has a wig. It's called the Karen. I legitimately like want to get him something nice. I don't really even know why I feel that way, but it's like, what the hell is going on, man? Like, Whoever lets you leave, I don't know if he went to like a barber or a salon or what, but whoever let him leave like that should be fired.
that very loosely. Because a lot of these sites, although
But that's what I did say yesterday. I mean, at some point, there's just nothing you can do. Like, you can't polish a
they
turd.
cover games, they also try to widely cover
Sometimes you just do what you can do with what you got.
pop culture and other things. And quite frankly, they try to interject things like politics into their coverage, which is ridiculous because you're supposed to be neutral when you cover this stuff if you're truly a journalist. But these places have not been. They have very much been trying to wedge in their own beliefs and politics into their reports and their content and their coverage of stuff, right? But anyway, over the last several days, basically a lot of these places have been falling apart. We've got Polygon. Now, Polygon was started in the early 2010s as trying to be something that would compete with IGN and GameSpot. It was more like grassroots and it's supposed to be in line with what gamers wanted rather than corporate interests. But over the years,
Shaved your head recently because you wanted a fresh start. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe it would help this guy. I don't know. That hairline is just going further and further and further back. And I'm not knocking, anyone that's happening to. But at some point, you have to just like end the TV show while it's still current and there's still something going on. Don't drag it out until there's just nothing left. But something tells me that this is one of those guys who is just going to leave those 3 or 4 hairs up there just hanging on.
Polygon degraded into political nightmarism, basically. I mean, just taking a look at this. Here's what
Ha, I'm not cutting off my long, beautiful hair. Y'all, you can get fucked. Shave my hair. Oh, no.
Polygon cared about in 2020. Wizards of the Coast is addressing racist stereotypes in Dungeons & Dragons.
By the way, I got a giant bill due later this week. I need help with it. That's begging. For sure it is. But that's also me being transparent because I need the help.
Dungeons & Dragons. Fantasy. Drow and orcs, which are fantasy races that don't exist.
He would look a million times better if he would give up whatever he's trying to do on his face, shave that off and let that go. I don't know what he thinks that's hiding, but it's not. It looks ridiculous. And then shave the head, just go on ahead and let that shit go. And then just get a nice rug for up there. Like, that's all. Or rock bald. Some dudes are sexy as fuck when they don't have any hair. Don't know that this would be the case for him, but I don't actually know if this guy could do anything that would allow him to muster up any sex appeal at all. Ugh, we're going to move on very quickly. But just get some kind of a nice rug and shave that shit off your face. And then a little bit of color on the skin never hurt nobody. You don't need to be looking like a sheet of paper. At least look like maybe you go outside like 4 times a year.
And Polygon is complaining that it's racist. It's not real.
Or if you're not going to do anything about the shit that you got on your face, could you at least take care of it? It doesn't even look taken care of. There is beard and facial hair care.
It's fabricated. It's not actually like mistreatment of a group of people if they don't.
That was what I was going to say, Stacy. He doesn't shave to try to cover the stroke mouth, because I think if he got rid of that mustache, he would look even more like, you know how people look like when they get all their top teeth ripped out and then they get the dentures shoved in their face and their mouth almost goes like, just it like shrinks and starts to like get like sunken in. Maybe that's what he's hiding. I'm inclined to agree. That sounds pretty good.
Have existence in reality. Right? This would be the equivalent of saying like, so you wrote a fantasy story, and in the fantasy story, there actually is a group of people who are like slaves and being mistreated.
The patches disagree with that. The whole shit's just got to go. Maybe the mustache, but whatever the hell is under his fucking lower lip there, like, it looks like you just got done like eating something that was kind of messy, man. Like, just go on ahead and let that shit go. But even if he dyed it, again, the patchiness would be even more clear and apparent. But when it's patchy and you can't even grow it in some places, wouldn't that just be a sign to let the shit go?
By another group.
He thinks it's ultra feminine or gay when you groom yourself. He makes fun of Keem for that. There's nothing ultra feminine or gay about taking care of yourself and looking nice.
For people in the fantasy story. That's the plot. And
He still needs to work on his sexy. Them shirts ain't doing it.
then someone says, well, you wrote a story that's racist. What are you talking about? It's not real. The people who are oppressed, you're supposed to side with them. Like, that's the plot. Is that it's fantasy. You're supposed to feel for
Get
them,
him
and
a
it's their
VTuber
plight, is that they're
avatar?
slaves,
That could
and they're
work.
trying to fight back. But that's racist. It's not real. It can't be racist.
I don't really understand why he still, I don't understand why he still insists on being on camera. You can run a channel without appearing on camera.
You fucking idiot.
You can run a successful channel without appearing on camera.
It's very salty, but it also has this like sour flavor to it. It does. I've got this aftertaste in my mouth. Ugh. That just, it's not going away. It's a lingering saltiness in my mouth that is just not very pleasant.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just, they're just out of their minds. The stuff that they've written over the years is just, it's insanity. Where was the article about, where is it? Here it is. This is the best. Hogwarts Legacy wants to make everyone happy, but Harry Potter gets in the way. Rowling specter looms above a vapid open world. Did you even play Hogwarts Legacy? Harry Potter isn't in the game, and J.K. Rowling didn't have any influence on it. She wrote none of it and didn't actually have a hand in the game being made at all, and it's not even the plot of Harry Potter. And this is what Polygon writes. This is some of their articles that they've written in the last 5 to 10 years have just been insanity.
You'll hit a ceiling at a certain point without a camera. I don't disagree with you, but I think in this case it might actually help this guy a little bit.
Okay, so it's obvious clickbait nonsense. Disney's hottest ranked animal characters. Wait, what? What is going on? This is supposed to be a reputable journalistic website, okay?
You're supposed to be a serious professional video game player, but here we are talking about this. I mean, really, if you can't see the parallels here.
Reputable. Anyway, they've been hit with massive layoffs and have been sold to Valnet. So essentially, most of Polygon is now gone. They basically are operating on say, a skeleton crew. And if they continue to even exist, all right, they're not going to be.
Because you have to remember, you know, he's got, what is it, 216,000 subs right now. You have to remember, like 90% of that is like abandoned channels or dead channels or whatever. So really, in theory, how many active subscribers that still watch his stuff does he have? I don't know. I would say a few thousand. And honestly, as he usually never gets more than 300 people who watch his streams, I think I'm being generous, but I'll say like maybe 3,000 to 5,000 subscribers. So if you just cross out that 216, because that 216, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. That's not an accurate representation of his channel when his videos are getting 400 views. You know what I mean? I have, I think, like 2,300 subs or something like that. And my videos get a couple thousand views each. It's not huge, but again, it doesn't have to be. That's fine. But my videos get more views than his does. But I don't know. It's like, I think him taking away the camera or he could just, I mean, I don't know, maybe people that are coming here for gaming don't really give a shit about what he looks like, but it really would just benefit him to take better care of himself.
Be a gaming journalism website anymore, it seems. It seems like they may be retooled into something else. And of course, the internet is
Did I hit 2.4K subs? Oh, big ups.
reacting, basically saying, good riddance.
Ready to get toxic? I'm glad,
to
Panko
bad rubbish
Breadcrumbs.
and
I'm
stuff
glad
like
to hear
that.
it.
But the thing is,
We're just waiting for the guy to show
here
up.
we go. A substantial number of Polygon staff members have been.
Although I think he did pretty good yesterday. Didn't he hit 2 goals on the daytime? And then, I don't know, I saw some scuttlebutt about how he fake tipped himself to hit the nighttime. Wasn't it Black Ops or Call of Duty, whatever the fuck?
laid off or quit, including site
Oh, wait till you see my title for tomorrow because I already have it and it's amazing. If you liked my title for today.
co-founder and editor-in-chief Chris Plant. It is near impossible for me to feel pity for Polygon or its army of game journalists. Since it was Polygon that was one of my first to start Gamers Are Dead push and deliberately insulted and attacked their core audience in 2014. No one is obligated to feel pity or sympathy for people who attack their customer base, least of all the customers themselves. So, Here's the thing. At one point, Polygon actually was a reputable place. In 2012, they wrote a very positive article about me.
Oh!
He made almost 600 yesterday, unfortunately. Well, remember, all the SSI checks were replenished, so everyone's good. The Bantam Menace. Now, tomorrow, I mean, you call it, Revenge of the Sith, because it's May the 4th, so Revenge of the 5th. But I have a different name.
It won't die.
It's super silly and stupid, and I know nobody cares, but I am really proud of it. I'm also proud of today's too.
Mortal pig. Look at this. What?
This is mean. I hate when I know I'm a girl. I hate when you have to kill animals in the game. Oh God, this is worse now. There's a gun. Oh God, moving on.
This is how you don't play basically became the norm, right? But they actually covered me in a very objective, positive way. And a lot of people saw that article and came and checked me out because of it, right? But that was 13 years ago. So much changed during that time frame where they just were so desperate for attention and trying to be relevant in the whole gaming journalism landscape that they went off the deep end.
It sounds like Pigroach's current situation. The whole Kino Casino arc only delayed the inevitable.
Okay? Now, you may say, wow, that's bad. Well, guess what? Giant Bomb is effectively dead as well.
Oh my God.
Please consider supporting the stream in some way. At this point, not only have we hit a support goal, but we exceeded it, and we are almost to a second goal. So with about 90 minutes left on stream, obviously, we want to take advantage of this, and don't let this slip through our fingers when we're only around 50.
A lot of guys care about animals in games too. It's just we care more about loot if we have to kill them. I understand that. I understand.
We're hitting a second goal, which would get us all the more closer to our marathon this week of Viewer's Choice, okay? So, if you haven't contributed yet, please consider. We're at 245. We're 55 away. That would be 11 subs right now would get us there. That would be, a tip or maybe a couple super chats. That would be some members. Let's do it. Let's hit that goal today, shall we?
Remember, they already hit the first goal, so remember, the pressure should be off. He won't talk about it anymore. Once you hit $150, he doesn't talk about it anymore. He doesn't pester you about it anymore. It's just he can solely focus on the game. Remember that.
So please.
Remember the next time he tells you, let's hurry up and hit the goal, and then that way we don't have to think about it anymore.
If you have not yet.
Plundering comes first. I appreciate
Consider
it. I
contributing
appreciate
to the
it.
stream. It would be greatly appreciated if we hit that second goal today and get to 44. And then only 6 to go for the marathon. Remember, we can do the marathon whenever we want this week. It could be as early as possible, whenever we want to do it, as soon as we hit those goals. I have my whole week schedule open. We don't have anything on any particular day that has to happen. Okay? All right.
I mean, hell, I can drop my entire life and fucking get divorced if we hit 5 goals right now and I can do the marathon. Come on, y'all. It's a new month. I need some WWE Champions money. Come on. Come on, guys. This lady of luxury needs a little spending money.
Let me just stretch my legs for a sec here.
By the way, give me more money.
If the fourth guy doesn't come in here, what do I do? He's supposed to be right here, but he didn't show up because he's a moron. Well, let's do a save and see if I can, if I can, quit out and reload it. Maybe he'll show up. Because right now he's bugged and he's not coming in here. Obviously, I can't make him walk in here. He's supposed to come in here for himself. He's an idiot. See? There's nothing I can do about this.
Let me take a peek on Raw Phil here. Excuse me 1 second. Just want to see. So, what's up, 92 Vixter? What's going on, honey? Hope you're doing well.
Sucks. Hopefully this fixes it. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. If he doesn't come
Get
in here, is
good,
there a fix for
scrub.
this?
Deuce Falco, thank you for the 5 gifteds. I appreciate you.
They really didn't fix any of the original bugs at all. They really didn't. What? It's not running. I closed it.
He does I Am No One. He loves his cult speak.
It is. It's basically exactly the same game, just with better graphics. That's the only thing they improved. The graphics. Everything else seems the same, buggy as shit. So just expect if they do this with Fallout 3, it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to look better, but have all the same bugs and glitches and problems. Yeah, look, I'm fucked. The dude is stuck. He won't come over here. I found the shrine. Enters blocked by some kind of enchantment.
If you got a gifted, make sure that you say thank you. And if you do have an unhinged membership, if you were gifted a membership or you got a membership and it is the unhinged, Remember that you can grab the link in the posts section of my channel, the link to the super secret except not really Discord. We do movie nights over there sometimes. I will be setting up next weekend to do some gaming streams and stuff like that. So I might have some polls going on over there for what to play for, like gaming streams for when like he's not live, and might organize to like actually like live play some games with people, what have you.
Man, I'll have to find some way to dispel the enchantment. Except there isn't.
Comes in a kind, big ups.
This is stupid. I didn't miss anything. I freed all 4 of them. All you need to do is free all 4 of them, and they're all supposed to come here. And they're supposed to activate the thing, and he's not. This guy's glitched, and he's stuck back here not doing it. He's a moron.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Jack of Knives.
I did
just
everything
gifted
correct.
10 subs on Kick. Jack of Knives.
An account created on May 3rd, 2025 donated 21 new subscriptions. Totally not OIC again, pretending that Pigroach has a bigger audience than it actually is.
Thank you for all of the support today, man. This is amazing. This is outstanding.
I've never.
Boogie Dark Wings, you didn't miss much. We are watching a Snort Burnell video from yesterday that's just kind of going over some of the shit from yesterday. Guy should maybe be here in about 10 minutes or something.
Run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature?
Yeah,
look,
it's a money
it's
creature.
a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that?
Onward. Onward. Guys, we've got about 45 minutes left on today's Oblivion Remastered stream. I hope you've enjoyed the progress as we continue on here with the main story questing. If you are enjoying, please consider supporting the playthrough. We already hit 2 goals on the stream, which is absolutely amazingly outstanding.
Please consider. We hit 2 goals. Please consider. Am I going to put restrictions on the polls? Not necessarily. The only real restrictions would be that I don't necessarily want to spend like $100 on a game that like I don't have, but I would just kind of like to stick to games that I either already have or are like not $100. But other than that, no.
And I appreciate it. We could hit a 3rd goal. We do have 45 minutes. If anyone wants to contribute, get us to 450 of support.
But I'm on PS5, so that's already fairly limited anyway.
We could do it.
So, if you can make it tonight, please come on by.
Some people were saying do like Marvel Rivals and play with people, or like I would suck ass at it. I think I have Street Fighter. Like again, I would blow ass at these games, but I don't care. I don't have an ego to protect. I would still play with people if they wanted to.
For 2+ hours of multiplayer fun in Call of Duty.
The end of the stream and some money creatures brought Pigroach to $150, while OIC donated the other $150. Even so, those idiots won't be able to prevent Pigroach from falling into oblivion. It's very, very slowly. We all know how slow this decline is. Kino Casino gave him quite a fucking boost. It's going to take a while for him to fall to where he was begging for 50 fucking bucks, and like $50 was great. It's going to take us a hot minute to get back to where we were, but fear not. OIC like comes and goes. There are long gaps of time where you don't see him. He's not saving every stream or whatever. Don't forget also, this guy fucking fake tips himself. So when you see those anonymous 50, 100, whatever tips, they could potentially be fake.
Duty Black Ops 6. Okay, I don't even know what's going on in the game.
Virgil, what's happening, honey? How you doing?
I don't know what the event is, what the challenges are. We'll see together. Tomorrow.
I thought about doing RoboCop. I think Game Pass is the Xbox one, if I remember right. Boogie Dark Wings. I have I'm sorry, I'm 40. Whatever the hell the one is on PlayStation where you get the games, I have that one too. I have that or whatever because I don't have Xbox.
It's time for more Clear Obscure Expedition 33 on the daytime stream and more Minecraft.
$300 in donations from disabled people directly for the addictions. Yep. We will have to see how much money he can spend this month. I don't particularly think I have any other clips. Let me go into No, the last thing I have was when he got unpartnered by Twitch and we watched Give Her a Pill. the other day. We watched Fur for Fur the other day. We watched Scorn Rant the other day. Let me see if I can. There's one that I like. It's a few minutes long, but hopefully we only need a few minutes.
Very nice.
I quite like this one. It's not my commentary. I'm voice acting. I'm doing all this stuff. He goes missing because he gets evicted for not paying rent. I wouldn't be surprised. I saw that RoboCop is free now. I was thinking about starting it. I'm still kind of working on blueprints. Ooh, Bubbles rant. If we have time, we're going to do Bubbles rant next.
Okay,
Thank you,
everyone.
Panko.
Well, now I hope you had fun. Being that I knew people were enjoying the playthrough, I decided to go a little extra long today. As you saw, I went a whole extra hour on stream.
You know, we did Scorn Rant the other day on May Burst, and it's not as good as he's shitty. Don't get me wrong. I stayed late and basically I got nothing for it. Like, he's a shitbag for sure, but it's just not as like ranty as I remember it being. And that might just be like my fucking stupidity, but it wasn't really as hostile. But then again, I've been quite spoiled lately between Fur for Fur and all this crazy shit with Kino Casino. He was so fucking stupid. He did that fucking Truth Seekers interview. Again, like I say, I've been spoiled lately. So the Scorn Rant just for me doesn't hit like it used to.
Quite honestly, let me take a look because I've not looked at stream numbers all day. My God, the stream numbers were terrible. Wow, what happened? We never even, hold on.
I love that. My God, the stream numbers are terrible. What happened?
I'm actually trying to go back here. Did we ever even get close to 400? We didn't, did we?
Like I say, it's still good because he still acts like a complete piece of shit. You can't take that away from the Scorn Rant. Like, it is just, it's foul. Absolutely.
At least from what I could see, I can't see the entire
Fur, like, you know, I'm going to mail you a spoon. I don't know. There's something about that. It kind of like it upped the level of like toxicity.
length of the stream, but from what I can see, which is back till around like 3 p.m., it looks like we barely even had 300 on stream. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Listen, here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on.
I want proof that he's ever voice acted anything. You can read what people are saying, just like when we watch like Snort Burnell or something and the text goes up on the screen and I read it, but I'm not voice acting anything. I'm just reading it. Unfortunately, what you hear in the microphone is what just comes out of my mouth regularly, unless I do like my AI Alexa voice or something like that. But you're not voice acting anything, sir. Nothing. You're narrating. That's not voice acting.
Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon.
I love that he can't accept his commentary isn't good. Oh my God, that Piranha Plant Lego thing. Did you not just want to like stab yourself with a dull, rusty kitchen utensil just to like have something else to pay attention to? Fuck me, that was awful.
It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored.
Do a British accent then it's voice acting.
I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, you know? Jim Bob says that at one point we had around 350. Well,
go listen to his voice acting of Robo in the recent Chrono Trigger playthrough. Oh, I couldn't sit through that Chrono Trigger. Oh my God.
This is kind of ridiculous that I can't even get 400 people for a live stream anymore.
We will finish this and then he is live. So we'll just accumulate a little bit of skip juice and then we'll head over there.
Or of new games. You know what I mean?
It took him 4.5 hours to do the fuck, man. Jesus Christ. I know, Aviga, I had some folks telling me that you did it in like an hour or something. And someone told me that the other day. I was streaming a few days ago and they were like, Iviga did it in like less than an hour. And I was like, well, that's simple. Iviga's not retarded.
It would be like, New game.
But all he did was like, he was sitting at the table with that awful camera angle, by the way. And then he was just like, okay, they want you to take this piece here. And he'd pick up the piece and they want you to put it here. And it's like, did I need a play-by-play of this? What the
It's one
fuck?
thing if this were like an old game that I was playing, it was boring and, you know, it was an older game most people didn't care about. It's a brand new game. And I can't even get 400 people on stream. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. Like, I'll be honest with everyone. I enjoyed the stream today. I had a lot of fun. I did. I had a lot of fun playing this today. But what is the point of doing all the setup?
And then I guess someone told him to buy one that I guess was like $170, and he was basically like, whoa, $170 on Legos, that's like ridiculously expensive, like no one can live at that speed. And it's like, bro, what? Iviga's mind is actually eaten up, right?
For the live stream, right?
Iviga's an adult.
Right now, we're at the end of the stream. I've got 230 people on stream. Why? You know, I'm confused. I don't get it.
Oh yeah, he was. Remember, he wants to be taken seriously, but then he was making like the fleshy rod jokes, and it's like, stop it. I don't even want to. I'm really happy that he's like almost repelled by most things sexual, because it's like, I really don't like want to hear that come out of him.
I just don't get it. But that's the thing. Now people, if I don't stream, people will complain. Why aren't I streaming? Well, because you didn't show up. That's why. If you showed up for the stream,
He's shoving his keyboard in our faces right now on the live stream.
I would bother with it, but it's ridiculous.
His colorful keyboard.
I don't know.
there.
I don't get it. I mean,
We'll get there.
I'm really heavily considering not streaming this game anymore. You know, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I had fun. I want to say thanks to those of you who were here for the stream, obviously. But I mean, even you can see. I mean, it's black and white. It's black and white at this point that my daily live streams, people aren't turning up for them. You know.
Right. So you might want to think about what you need to do about that. Good thing he will never breed. Oh, thank God. Thank fuck for that, right?
So I guess honestly that might be it. This might be the final stream for the game. I don't know what else to say. And I do appreciate again those of you who did come out, and you know there were a few things in stream chat that were pretty helpful today. So thanks for that, but I don't know. I just don't know. What's the point? Being completely.
It's so wild how he can't figure out that it's him. I was listening to a Kino Casino clip the other day where PPP was like, it was the day that he was like going back and forth when like, was it Oblivion that just like dropped out of nowhere and nobody was thinking that it was going to? And he had that fucking hissy fit about, well, do I play, it was like Blueprints or do I play Oblivion? And he was just desperately trying to figure out in his brain which one would make him more money. And PPP was like, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's which fucking whale is around at the moment. Like, that's it.
Completely honest here. What's the point of live streaming if people just don't show up? You know, like I said, if I do it on premiere days, great. A new release day,
He does know that he's boring as fuck. And it was nice to get confirmation of that when PPP showed some of the messages between the two of them, and he would message Ashton and be like, I know I was boring tonight, and there were like 3 or 4 separate instances of him going, I'm sorry, I was kind of like laggy, I know I was boring, I don't feel good, blah blah blah. He knows he's boring as fuck. He
you know
knows.
you're going to get good attendance, right? Or if it's a special event like a marathon or a multiplayer event or something like that. Or every once in a while if I'm just bored and I feel like streaming, but I just don't see the point, you know? I don't.
I don't know why anybody would choose to have this kind of conversation with their audience. He thinks certain games draw whales, and they very well may, but I think he talks with them behind the scenes more than he lets on. I think some stuff is like planned or organized, especially with OIC.
So, all right, everyone, that is it for today's Pokemon stream. Right now, I'm going to upload all the videos to DSP Gaming. Tonight, I am going to play about 2 more hours of Watch Dogs 2. That will also be uploaded to DSP Gaming. And right now, I am undecided on whether or not I'm going to stream this again. I am, because what's the point?
Well, I mean, if you're going to take that kind of like a nihilistic approach, I mean, then really, like, what's the point of anything?
So anyway, we'll see. I'll
Come
think
on,
about
dude.
it. All right, I'll think
Like, don't
about
be
it.
so fucking depressing. Get your
All right,
shit
everyone,
together.
that is it. Have a good night. So thank you for being here, and I will see you later. Tomorrow, Pokemon will continue either way. Even if I don't live stream, I'm still going to be recording offline, all right? And so the videos will go live on DSP Gaming afterward. All right. All right, thank you.
All right, that's about it for that one. So let's loaf on over to Raw Phil.
I really don't. Like, I hear about it on social media. I was like,
oh, quiet, you old fucking windbag. Let's get past some of this cringe.
good morning, everyone. May the
If I hit the
4th
button,
be with
asshole.
you.
Thank you.
That's right. Today is May 4th, 2025, Star Wars Day. And we're really not doing anything Star Wars related during the course of our actual content today.
Well, I mean, that just kind of sounds like you're stupid, but okay.
So rather than that, I decided let's have some Star Wars festivities here on the Level 1 podcast, including a live lightsaber battle behind me and some Star Wars
That you, like, can't even fucking see.
text. But on today's show, we have one big thing on our
You realize we'd see more of those lights if you took all that tacky shit out of the way, right? I hope somebody who you actually trust, who gives you money, I hope somebody lets you know that. And also, your font is really fucked up. So just from me to you, sir.
plates. One big thing that we need to
You've only been doing this for 17 years and had your stream up for 50 fucking minutes before you did anything. You would think maybe you'd be able to fix that.
get done
I'm just some asshole, though.
on
so
the agenda.
don't worry about me.
We need to determine what games you will be voting for this week's Viewers' Choice Marathon event. We had such a great, well-supported day yesterday that we are on track to do this event within the next few days, and that means we got to figure out what are we playing. So, on today's show, we'll be going through all of your nominations, looking for the most nominated games. And
We have to do that during the stream. You can't just do that at a different time and then set up a post. We have to... What in the holy mother of fuck are you saying, Toxie? Of course we have to do
creating
it live
a
on
poll
stream.
and or series of polls,
I'm a silly
which you'll be
bitch.
voting on in the next day or two to figure out and solidify the lineup for that marathon. So it's going to be a great show. Sit back and relax. It's time for a force-powered episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Well, he wanted to do the marathon today. Remember, it's Sunday. He wanted the marathon today, but there were like 3 night streams in a row where he didn't hit it. So, do I do ASMR? I do not. Could you imagine listening to this while you're trying to sleep? Ugh. I don't want to listen to me when I'm awake. No, heavens no. Zigga, thank you for the $2, honey. That haircut is beyond crooked. Twirls and Curls really just needs to... Aren't they closed now, though? I thought they were closed. I don't necessarily think I turn into a psycho. I definitely turn into a cunt. But I don't know about a psycho. My psychiatrist says I'm totally sane. No, I'm just a real bitch. That's all. Oh, don't do this. I love Star Wars. Like, don't do this. Okay, yeah, keep doing that. There you go.
What's up?
2 wieners at once. Good for you,
Everyone,
man.
that was stupid. Welcome to the show. Today is Sunday, the 4th of May, 2025. I'm Darkside Phil. Interestingly enough, my name has nothing to do with Star Wars. That's right. Even though a lot of people over the years thought it did. And this is the Level 1 podcast. It's a good show today because today we are going to determine what we are going to be doing during this week's very exciting Viewers' Choice Marathon. Can't wait to see what games you guys have most nominated so that we can create polls and you guys can start voting. If you're wondering what's going on behind
Yes, I pretend that Disney Star Wars doesn't exist. Right,
me, it's supposed to
right.
be a simulated lightsaber battle. I don't know how well this would pick up on camera. It probably won't because this is a silver keyboard.
Oh, that's
So
why he
basically
was
what's
shoving
happening
it
here. Yeah, see, I
in
knew
our faces.
It doesn't show
Not
up
the
on
butt plug shirt.
camera very well.
It's basically a red lightsaber and a blue
Those are
lightsaber
very, very poorly shaped anchors.
for fighting. And you can see it perfectly on the keyboard, just not on camera. Like, it doesn't pick up well on camera. You can kind of see there's a blue lightsaber here and a red lightsaber here, and they're swinging back and forth, attacking each other. So that's what's going on behind me on the wall, which looks pretty neat in my opinion. I hope that you like it. There could also, I could simulate a flash, but I think that if I simulate the flash, it becomes too stroby. Here, let me show you what I mean.
Oh, geez. Epilepsy warning, since he's too fucking inept to do it.
Okay, ready? This is with the simulated flash. See that? Is that too much? Because now it's kind of like almost like a strobe light that
Yeah, you really shouldn't be playing things like that.
might bother some people.
Right.
That's supposed to be the lightsabers are hitting it.
Geez, that might bother some people. Let me sit here like a loaf and fucking play it for 20 minutes. That doesn't bother anybody with any kind of seizures or epilepsy or anything, does it?
And flashing each other when they clash. You guys let me know in the chat what you think, okay? Let me know what you think, if you like it with or without the flash, and we'll change it, okay? Anyway, so for May the 4th...
I want to leave the window closed. I hope this doesn't bother anybody. If you have any kind of issues like that, I recommend either like going to watch something else or doing something else. Just be warned if you have epilepsy or any problems like that. That could potentially trigger something. I apologize.
decided, let's do a Star Wars themed actual font below us.
Thank God he has so much garbage in the way, because it would actually be worse.
Which it is, as you can see.
Can we agree that there are 3 Indiana Jones movies and 6 Star Wars films? And I don't even necessarily want to claim all 6 of them, but I will definitely do 3 Indiana Jones and 6 Star Wars, yes.
You've got, it's funny because they don't have dollar signs in this font. They have this weird, like, I don't even know if that's like a Republic symbol or something. Is it too much? Yeah, people are saying it's too much. Is it bothering you guys?
Even if it isn't bothering somebody because of like a health condition, it's obnoxious. You are a 43-year-old man. Supposedly. Maybe sometimes, I guess.
You guys let me know. Anyway.
Yeah, no one's here. They all had a seizure and died.
All right, so.
God, I hope not.
Oh, it is too much? All right. People are saying it's bothering them. All right. That's what I figured. Like, it looks good for like 10 seconds, and then it starts to be like too much. So
no,
all right,
it's
no
not.
flash.
Not even 10 seconds.
That's just the blue and the red lightsaber duel behind me. Now, really, we don't have anything Star Wars related to do this year. If you remember last year, at this time, I distinctly remember what we were doing. One of the games that we had in the rotation last year at this point was the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, where it was Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 from way back in the day, ported to modern consoles. And we were actually playing it, I believe it was on the Xbox Series X, and it was a mess. Like, it was fun, but it just didn't play well. It had a lot of graphical issues. It had a lot of issues where you clip through things and things wouldn't load properly. And it just...
You do not refer to that thing as a man. It ruins referring to legitimate hardworking males as men. I agree.
You know, it was
I will never do it again.
Definitely an unfinished game, you could tell. We still had fun with it. Like, it was so
quite often I call this guy a lady of lady of luxury. That's usually what I say. Lady of luxury.
Yeah, we had multiple streams and nights of it where we would play, and it would be like over the top crazy zaniness, and it was fun because of that. But it could never really be taken seriously. And then after playing it, you know, several streams, we kind of just got tired of it and phased it out of the rotation. But I remember on May the 4th last year, we distinctly played some of that, which was kind of fun. This year, there's just not much Star Wars related going on. In fact, the biggest Star Wars stuff going on right now is that they re-released Revenge of the Sith in theaters, which did really good for one weekend. And that was it. Okay? So, not really much going on. I know exactly. It's pretty boring being a Star Wars fan if you are. Half the stuff that comes out now is some Disney Plus.
Stop slamming this poor blue-collar worker. King be cruel. The fuck out of here.
Show that you don't even hear about or know about. Like, what is it? The basement dweller crew or something? The second, the 8th line ragtag misfits group of Star Wars has their own show? Like, what?
I remember when just The Mandalorian was out, right? And that's when Star Wars kind of hit a big stride where, wow, you can have things that aren't just Star Wars movies that actually are interesting and do well. And then they just went crazy with the insane amount of like spin-offs and crap. I don't even know what half of them are. I really don't. Like I hear about it on social media. I was like, what?
Yeah, since you haven't probably seen anything in the last like 30 years, maybe you should just shut the fuck up.
Ahsoka, Jedi trainee, what are these? What are they? What's the other one? It's some fucking just the generic name of a planet or something. What are they? Do they even have an audience? Is anyone actually watching this Star Wars content? Because if you remember, Star Wars used to be everything that Star Wars came out was insanely popular.
No, I don't necessarily think this is skip juice worthy because this is going to be so fucking dented. Everyone's going to clip this. Normally, you know what? Actually, JDX, big ups to you, honey. Let's make him slightly more tolerable. Not 1.5 tolerable, because I don't want to waste all of our skip juice.
Popular. Whether it was a movie or, a tie-in, the action figures at one point were extremely popular. Then now all of a sudden, Skeleton Crew and Endor. What? Sure. I guess basically if you have...
come on, Boomer. Just move on. It's dented and it's funny, but come on, honey.
Like Disney Plus, you have like endless Star Wars content that no one actually watches or talks about, except for like 1 week on social media, and then it just dies, right? Like, Anyway, it's a shame. It really is, because here's the thing.
What's he talking about? He's attempting to talk about Star Wars, but I have no idea what... I
think here's what...
That's all I can really say. He's attempting to talk about Star Wars.
Disney doesn't get, okay? When you...
From the 200 view streamer, right?
Keep something...
Actually, from the 156. Well, he might have, 12 people on Kick?
Rare. When you keep something reserved, restrained, and when you only bring it up every once in a while, it feels special, okay? So if when Star Wars had a movie, and it was a movie every 3 to 5 years, and that was it, and then you wouldn't hear about Star Wars for a while, then all of a sudden you would hear, there's a new project coming out, or a new movie, you'd be like, whoa, this is special, right? And that's why when The Mandalorian came out, it was like the first major Star Wars thing in a very long time, and then it just so happened to be entertaining and people liked it. That's what I mean. But then when you start saying, let's release another 12 Star Wars shows in the next 5 years, does anyone care about Star Wars anymore? Like, I used to like Star Wars, but I haven't seen anything Star Wars related in a very long time, and I don't really care. You know what I mean? I think that's what the problem with Disney is they oversaturate the market with things they're going to pump out money rather than caring about the quality.
His views are so low because I think people know not to even bother showing up for like the first fucking hour that he's live, because for at least the first 45 minutes, he doesn't even fucking show up.
Or honestly, even the importance, every time a Star Wars piece of media came out, it felt important. Now it's like, do you need to watch this show? Does it even matter? Endor, Skeleton Crew, who fucking cares about this? Right? Like, so kind of stupid. They lost their way, the way that they're doing this crap, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're the ones that are stupid right
Revenge
now.
of the Sith, I actually really like that movie. It had some really cheeseball moments, but at the same time, it's really dark. It's on pace or on par with a movie like Empire Strikes Back, I feel. And it has some really dark turns and stuff. So, yeah.
Don't act like you've seen anything or known anything other than A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, or Return of the Jedi, because beyond that, you don't know. You don't know, dude. You have no fucking idea.
Pretty good movie. And if you didn't see it, I think it still might be playing in theaters. I think it had like a second release that's like a month long or something. Anyway, so enough about Star Wars, because that's about it. We have nothing else to talk about Star Wars today, okay?
Good,
all right,
move on.
So today what we're going to do is we're going to recap what's been going on yesterday.
That Zangief cuck is back in the Kick chat to maybe try to resuscitate it.
We're going to talk about all of those games that we played yesterday.
Big up, Zang cuck. Good
and
for you.
how well they did and stuff like that, okay? But today, the primary focus that we have to do today is, and by the way, thank you, Zangief, for these gifted subs over on Kick. Let me see. There we go. I want to make sure you can read the text. There we go. I'll shout those out in a moment. Primarily today, what I'd like to do is determine what are the games that you guys are now going to vote.
You took time to say thank you for the gifted subs. I'll shout those out in a moment. Wasn't that the shout out? What?
Vote on for the upcoming Viewers' Choice event. For those who don't know, we're doing a marathon this week. It's the Viewers' Choice Marathon, where we're going to be playing probably 4 games which you guys have nominated and very shortly will now be voting on during this marathon. The reason that Viewer's Choice is a really awesome and special marathon is because unlike other marathons that are kind of one-off specials where you just play something and you move on, with the Viewer's Choice, the idea is that hopefully with some of the games that we play, we'll find something that might actually be entertaining or fun enough that becomes a future playthrough. For example, last Viewer's Choice Marathon, we ended up playing Onimusha Warlords, which I loved. I ended up fully playing that game as a playthrough, and now I'm going to be playing the Onimusha 2 HD remake later.
Boy, he loops bad. Every time we talk about the viewer's illusion of choice, we have to talk about Onimusha Warriors.
This month,
Jesus
and next
Christ.
year there's a new Onimusha game coming out that I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm excited.
Do you forget that you say the same thing every day? Does it bother you that you say the same thing every day, like at the same time every day? Is this just what you have to do because I'm convinced you have early onset old timers? What is your problem? At 43, have you become so retarded that your last two brain cells are brother and sister and they're desperately trying to fuck each other to make more brain cells, but it's like watching two fucking invalids try to fuck a doorknob? Like, what is happening in your upstairs, bro? Do you realize, or is it that you think your audience is like so dented that they need to hear the same shit every day? You say this every single fucking day about this game and how it became a full playthrough.
For that, to see what games you guys have nominated. Now, here's the thing. I'm well aware that a lot of people nominate jokes or whatever. We have to kind of weave through it a little bit and see exactly what you guys have nominated and figure out what's viable for the marathon. Keep in mind, there were rules, and the rules were that the games have to be readily available either on PC or on a modern console, and they basically have to be a game.
No, we've done this. We sat here with you while you typed the thing up. We sat here while you read the thing out. We've done this.
Right? If you nominated a game that has a 4-hour-long intro before you even get to the main game, then why did you nominate it for Viewer's Choice? It wouldn't make sense. Right?
Sir, it's Sunday. You did this last week, honey. Go find who helped you get dressed this morning. You need help. You're forgetting what day it is.
Okay, so we'll see.
I promise
we'll see
we've done
work
this.
on this today on the show. It's the major focus of the show.
He has nothing else to talk about. I know, and usually he don't run out of shit to talk about until 10 after 12, quarter after 12. Zigga, thanks for the 2, honey. Beard is worse. Looks like boy with balls.
Show today is to go through that list and see what are the most nominated games, and figure out what will be in the poll that you guys will now vote on. So, FYI, yesterday things went really well for my return after being away for a couple of days. We had a very well supported series of streams between the podcast yesterday, and then we had Oblivion Remastered on the first stream.
Can't type balls in super chat. You don't have to send a super chat though. You could just say it in chat.
Tons of great progress of story.
Because that way you can just type balls. We did
a late night stream of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, my first time playing it in over 2 weeks. It all went really well. All right, people really enjoyed the content. They engaged. They supported the content. We hit not 1, not 2, but 3 goals yesterday of support. Meaning we're now at 45 out of 50 goals hit. 5 more goals needed, and once we hit 5 more goals, we're doing this marathon. Okay, we could do it as early as tomorrow, but I don't foresee hitting 5 goals today. I mean, that'd be insane if we did. But if we hit 5 goals today, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. If we hit 5 goals between today and tomorrow, then we'll do it Tuesday. If we hit 5 goals between today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, then we'll do it Wednesday. You see? So
I don't know. Is the shirt? It doesn't look like it would be too tight to button. Is it to hide the tits? I don't know. I'm not sure why he insists on, because he always talks about how hot he is. You know, it's so hot in here. Oh my God, it's 62 degrees outside, you guys. I'm gonna burn to death. Holy fuck! But then he always wears 2 shirts. I don't understand.
I did have a dummy schedule in place, but the schedule isn't necessarily representative of what will really happen this week because it will always be changed depending on when the marathon takes place. But basically, we've got today Claire Obscure Expedition 33 continuing on the first stream, which I'm very excited for. The game has gotten better and better the more I've played it. The combat's more challenging. We have a brand new party member, which we recruited, which has gone really well. I'm excited to play with that party member more. Which
you're gonna steal the brain cell insult. You can have it.
CL or something like that.
Fine. You're not stealing anything.
And we're an interesting part of the story, so we'll see how it goes today and go from there. Later tonight, it's the return of Minecraft Java Edition. That's
definitely hiding the moobs. Yeah, he's gotten his shit kicked in a few times for them voluptuousnesses that he's got there.
Last time around, I switched from Bedrock to Java, kind of hit the reset button, and we started over, and people seem to really like the reset that we're doing. So we're going to continue on with more of that tonight. I'm going to see if I have time between the streams to set up some mods for tonight's stream. I would like to set up some graphical, maybe shader mods. but I don't know how complicated it is. I have a guide. Like, people set up a guide for me to figure this out. But
People set up a guide for you to figure it out. Holy fuck balls. Digital Melanin, thanks for the 220. Sweetheart, he's trying to hide the moobs. Yep, probably.
I don't know.
Flav, what's happening, honey? Good to see you again.
Fuck up the game.
Hope you're having a
I
great
also
day.
don't want to reset my game save. So we got to test this out.
May the
I'll see if I
snorts
have
be
time to
with
do it
you.
tonight. If not, I will try to make time this week. All right, at some point.
I was going to say, Iviga, at least his sleeves are right today.
To hopefully be able to set this up so that we can have some mods for Minecraft.
His shit is looking slightly less poverty today.
But I don't know how hard it is, okay? Like, let me put it this way. Here I am thinking, oh, this will be simple. And then someone's like, here's a step-by-step guide of how to do it. And it was like insanely amount of paragraphs, like tons of stuff. I was like, wait, what? I can't just like download a mod and install it as a file or something.
We
and
did
replace it
this
or work.
yesterday.
And then you gotta install this mod installer.
Stop
Then
it.
you go to this site and download this one, and then you activate it in the installer. Then you have to get
We know. You said you were too stupid yesterday. You already said you were too stupid for the guide that was made for you, my brother in Christ.
to unzip the file, and then you have to replace this with this. Once you replace this with this, then you got to boot the game and tweak this, and then you can go back and you can enable it this. Wait, what? The fuck? I just want to play Minecraft
Moogalicious? Nice.
and have it look a little better. I don't know why it's so complicated. Okay. Anyway, so tonight Minecraft. Tomorrow.
The undershirt was entirely too long for the shirt that he had over it. It looked fucking ridiculous. It looked like he got dressed in the dark, and he looks like that every fucking day. But yeah, that was bad. Like, I'm sorry.
As a daytime stream, we're doing blueprints. People really liked blueprints when it was a day stream. Then, for the last week or two, I made it a night stream, and it hasn't done as well. We've had a dramatic dip in viewership, engagement, and support, and I think that's because it changed. Since this week, we have some more time. It's a long 7-day streaming week. I decided that we will do it as a day stream again and see how it does, okay? So that's tomorrow, and tomorrow night, indie game night. And I don't know what I want to do. Like, we have some options, okay? We could go play some more Balatro, which I haven't now done in months, and I really like Balatro. Or we could play some Schedule
We could play something I've already played. Ooh, that sounds super fun.
1, which I only played during my birthday marathon for like 45 minutes. We could
Kitty, what's going on, honey?
actually do a serious stream of it, trying to play it and see if I can learn it and enjoy it. Or we could do a new game, you know, a new indie game. I don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking what we should do
Play a puppet combo game. I'm sticking to this. Play a puppet combo game.
is just kind of jump on that stream together tomorrow night and just talk and hang out and figure it out together, okay? Now, here's the thing. When we hit 5 more support goals, we're going to do the marathon. It could be probably Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. So basically, all I did is I copy-pasted the schedule from the first half of the week into the second half of the week here. So at one point, we're going to play more Oblivion Remastered. At one point, we'll have more Black Ops 6. At one point, more Clear Obscurity.
Stockpile the skip juice. We're still good. I didn't bump him up to 1.5. He's on 1.25. I think we're good. We got almost 15 minutes.
Here at one point more Minecraft, at one point more Blueprints, at one point another indie night. But I don't want to tell you exactly when, because the marathon will be in there at some point, okay? So what we should do is figure out what will the games be for the marathon. Let's get people to start voting on the games for the marathon, all right? And then we can figure all
Iviga, thanks for the $2, honey. I appreciate you. Gout Wars episode or a new cope. Damn, why didn't I put a new cope? Damn it. I can't believe I missed out on that. Damn it.
this out, all right? And go from there. So in the meantime, please, if you would like this marathon to happen as soon as possible, which I do, I would love to do it. For the record, I got some
I think my one for tomorrow is pretty good. I've already been working on my title for tomorrow. I think I nailed it.
tequila. I got some shots. All right. I still got the moonshine, and I bought White Claws.
You're never gonna touch that moonshine ever again. That shit made you cry like a blubbering little bitch on stream. You might drink it maybe off stream, but you will never drink that in front of people again. That shit made you
to
cry.
sip on all day long for this marathon. So I'll be nicely buzzed all day long for this upcoming Viewer's Choice event. There's also going to be some food. So it's going to be a fun, chill, interactive event. All right. And I hope that you guys will join me for it. I wish I could tell you exactly when it is. We don't know yet. We'll know shortly. Once we figure out, how long it will take to hit these goals, right? Which, we're working on right now. So, okay. So before we get to that, let's do some shout outs, because we actually have some early support that I'd like to shout out and get momentum going for today's goals. All right. So first off, Zangief gifted 5 subs over on Kick to get us started with Kick support today. Thank you, Zangief. Let's get that on the leaderboard.
No, not a recovering alcoholic. He used to be an alcoholic. He's good now.
That's worth $25 of support. And that's a great head start to the goal today. So thank you very much, Zangi. It's not dollars. It's, I guess, Federation credits or whatever. I don't know what that symbol is. The Republic? I think Republic credits or something. Okay. Our first tip of the day has arrived.
I got a $2 tip. This person says, as you said about Star Wars, do it once in a while or it no longer becomes special. Is this something you believe you could learn something from? It is. That's what I've said is I feel, honestly, the reason that the initiatives that I have tried over the last 6 to 8 months, the reason that none of them have really stuck is very simple because I make them regular things and then they're not special anymore. So, for example, I want to do a politics show, DS Politics, right? So I start doing it once a week. And the first week or two, it actually gets attention. It gets support. People are really liking it. By week 5 or 6, people are bored. So instead of doing it every week, maybe do it once a month, maybe do it every couple of weeks, do it whenever I feel like, right? But it didn't work as a weekly show. Smart guys.
It would have worked better if you would have actually picked a side. Most people that talk about politics don't make a politics show and go, both sides are okay because all of you have wallets and I need you all to open the wallets and give your money to me. Most people pick one side or one direction, what have you, and, you know, and roll with it, you know?
Bringing back
You can't just sit right in the middle. No one's going to fucking care.
wrestling commentary for the first time in over a decade. I started right as Raw hit Netflix, carried through the Royal Rumble all the way up to WrestleMania. First 2 weeks, popular, view.
Yeah, when you had PPP on there, yeah, and you actually had someone who breathed a little fucking life into your fucking show, yeah.
Support. Then it kind of starts to die out. Then I kind of reboot it with random guest hosts. Okay, at first there's attention. By the time WrestleMania hits, people are bored.
Yeah, the only reason anybody cared about those co-hosts was because Ethan Ralph's a bigger fucking train wreck than you are.
So as I said, it's kind of the deal is when you do something regularly, it doesn't really feel special anymore. Same thing with Lego nights. You know, we had a couple nights or 3 nights in February where we built the succulent plant Lego. Then I built a Minecraft Lego set during my birthday marathon a month ago, which I had in my background for the month of April. And now I built this guy, the Piranha Plant Lego. But after having done it all these times, it's like, okay, he's done it so much, it's not a big deal anymore. Maybe
Well, it's boring as fuck, bro. Kit, thank you for being a member for 1 month. Hello and good afternoon, everybody.
wait a bit, and then maybe later on, this year we bring it back. Maybe when there's a reason to bring it back, like a specific time that makes sense to bring it back, right? So there you go.
Yeah, the bottom line is all that shit was fucking boring, bro. Nobody wants to watch you sit on the fence for politics. Nobody needs the weekly book report about wrestling where you have no opinion whatsoever and you just read off the fucking notes that you took. The only reason why anyone showed up or cared was for the fucking Grill Phil segments because they were the only interesting thing. And I don't need you to narrate Legos to me.
As I said, one of the ideas that we've been
One of these days, he'll learn that chat over off to the side, he can read it and interact with it, even if there isn't a little colored bubble around something. And that's when maybe he'll understand what being a streamer is really all about. It's not just let me sit here on my soapbox and talk at you for 5 hours. One day he'll learn if he just tilts his head a little bit, he'll see that chat there and he can read it and he can respond to it. Things might take a turn for him when that happens.
Show. Not the Level 1 podcast, but an actual show that I maybe do like once a week, twice a week, or maybe twice a month. You know, we got to figure out the frequency to do it. But it's 100% a variety show, and it's the whole stream. It's not just an hour and a half. It's actually my major stream of the day is a variety show, right? So what would it be? Well, maybe one week I talk about my thoughts on what's going on in pro wrestling, and I recap some results or what's going on with a pay-per-view event and say,
Well, that's just it, JDX. There are people that already talk about all those things like politics and wrestling, and there are people who do Legos and stuff like that who they've chosen a side. They have opinions. They have something worth talking about. They're actually proficient and not inept at doing Legos and can actually talk with their audience while they're building something. This guy cannot do more. He can't multitask. And something you have to be at least slightly good at when you're streaming, when you're running a good stream, is you really have to have the ability to multitask, especially when you're doing something like art or, you know, like Legos, like you're actually doing something. You know, you're still monitoring your stream and you're paying attention to quite a few other things. And so there is something to it, but he can only do one thing, and he can't even do the one thing very well.
hey, here's what I think. And then maybe one week we build a Lego set together. And then maybe one week I just have some random guests call in and we actually have like a back and forth open forum discussion about a topic.
Don't steal ideas from PWR. I know you're salty about what he's got going on. Spoilers from the future, he's crashing out. Yes, big ups, Iviga. Thank you. Zigga, thanks for the 2, honey. The Dent Pyre strikes back. Nope. I got a better one during the Kino arc. I appreciate the super chat, but I got a better title for tomorrow.
Stop it. Maybe we cover news.
Dent Pyre is good, though.
Stuff that's going on in gaming and things like that, right? I feel like
right? Like fucking Iviga for the win with the time travel. I don't know what he's crashing out about, but
work.
oh
But
goody.
the question is,
I
what
got
should
so
the show be called?
excited.
How often should I do it? How often do I change the format? We got to figure all of that
Chat's on full riot mode.
out,
Oh,
right? But I think that that's actually an interesting idea of something that I could do. In fact, I already have some interesting other things, like first-time things that I could do on that show that I don't really want to.
I wish we could see more of the Kick chat. I'm not in any way, shape, or form shitting on Raw Phil. Raw Phil's a fucking legend. We never have to give this man a single view, but I wish we could see more because it goes so quick sometimes.
The ideas are kind of already out there, and I'd rather just let it sit and simmer a bit. But I think that it would be a pretty cool show. Okay, so awesome, right? Thank you, and that's good advice. The person who tipped $2, I really do believe that is kind of what killed a lot of the ideas and things that I started. Is
not saying a word because it's too good. Oh, I'm getting excited.
Too regularly, too frequently. When you do it like that,
thank fuck. I was half thinking about just ending this early because if he's just going to regurgitate yesterday, then frankly, I'm wasting all y'all's time, and this is just fucking stupid. We can all go do something else if it's just going to be like a replica of yesterday.
It loses interest, doesn't feel special anymore. So maybe now do it less frequently or do a variety show where we'll do these things, but only every once in a while we go back to them, right? I think that could definitely work. Okay.
I live in Raw's chat. Raw's the fucking goat.
All right, so continuing on.
I wonder what gets him. I wonder what like
Chimp gifted a sub over
gets him all
Git.
shitty.
Thank you to Jalen.
I really want to know, like.
Cool. All right, so good early support. We're up to $32 and climbing. Thank you, guys. So let's get some support.
The Gout Pyre strikes back. Victoria, you nailed it. That's part of my title for tomorrow.
First of all, we haven't had any super chats yet
That's
today.
it.
How about a super chat over on YouTube to get that going? We also didn't have any memberships yet, so maybe a membership or 2 on YouTube would be greatly appreciated. Okay? If you could, let's get that variety of support.
Broside shows up in here sometimes. I think he's pretty busy. He does also stream sometimes too.
We're going, and let's get that momentum. Yesterday, we nearly hit the goal by the end of the podcast, and that was tremendous because then we hit the
Come on, guys, don't be poor.
goal, and another one because people were tuning in for the gameplay and they supported it, and it worked really well. So
partial to Dent Pyre.
Let's get that rolling.
It's still
again.
good.
All right, maybe let's get some stuff happening on both sides of the streaming spectrum here between YouTube and Kick, and hopefully we'll have a good amount of support to balance it out and hit that goal or more. All right, and like I said, the sooner the better for the marathon. We could do the marathon as early as tomorrow. All right, or maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. It all depends. Okay. Cool. Sketch shows? What do you mean by that? Tony says, what about sketch shows? I don't know what that means.
Like making sketches, like comedy sketches, you fucking uncultured swine.
Like sketch comedy?
Very good. I knew you could get there.
And as
Look at both of those brain cells working together. You should be so proud.
for people spamming over on Kick, I will be very matter of fact and very transparent. All right. On Kick, we know all the drama and stuff that's happened over the months.
Oh, is it happening?
And I'm appreciative of everyone who watches me on Kick every day.
Right.
But there is definitely a toxic troll element
The lie detector test determined that shit's a lie.
on Kick. People who think that they can say or do whatever they want, despite the rules, despite the fact that I've already reprimanded them for their behaviors, and they're not going to get away with it. They're acting like it's a good old boys club. Oh, well, I've been here since the beginning, so that means I could just sit here and say toxic things about everyone, right? So this morning, 2 particular people literally made bad jokes, saying things such as, oh, all of Phil's supporters are just on government money, and they're waiting for their government checks to come in.
Well, I mean, bro, come on. Kite, you may have gotten a gifted sub and those only last for about a month, and then you have an option to re-up and then you would pay for the membership, or if you don't want to do that, then the membership goes away. Oh, that was weird.
So they can support him.
It
and,
is
you know,
back.
That's completely unacceptable. It's not even a meme. It's outright insulting. Okay? These 2 particular people have never contributed whatsoever to my streams. They're in the streams every day saying toxic shit like that, but have never actually contributed at all. So not only is it a violation of the rules, but it's hypocritical as well. They're not coming back. I don't care. And if you are of the mentality that you think that you can say and do whatever you want, insult regulars, insult supporters, and get away with it, you're wrong. Sorry, the party's over. If you act like an asshole, you'll be treated like the asshole you are, and you will appropriately be moderated. If you have issue with that, fuck you. I don't care. Get out of my chat. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Then.
Look at him trying to puff his chest out. No, I don't think people would be saying crash out if that was all we got. Don't be shocked with no kick support.
All righty. So that's that. Enough of the drama. I just want to get that out of the way because people were spamming the kick chat. And, you know, it is what it is.
See, there's Iviga. It gets worse. Now, see, this fool can't help himself. There's no way that's going to be it. Nope. Kick chat's going to get him.
If they continue to spam and they find themselves banned, no one's going to care. There won't be a sympathetic ear for them to cry on.
They'll be back in 10 minutes, so it's not a big fucking deal.
They don't do anything but sit there and do memes and do toxic stuff every day. And I put up with it to some extent. I try to be, you know, a reasonable guy. I don't want to be someone who is throwing the ban hammer around all the time. I don't want to have people think that, oh, when you go to Phil's streams.
Dude, your chat is literally called Snort Korea because there is so much fucking moderation in there.
There's way too much moderation. In fact, it's the control opposite. There's very little moderation on my.
Here we go. Let me see. Let me see what he's like. Because if he's going to just like fucking go crazy, I might want to catch
Streams are
it.
in my chat. The only real moderation that happens is these idiots who come in and make these fake accounts every day that are incredibly insulting names or doxing, which there's literally 50 of these a day. There's some no-life person who goes on Kick and makes like 50 accounts a day that are all awful. So the mods and I take care of them when we see them. They don't ever talk. They just show up and then we ban them before they even have a chance to try to, you know, be toxic. But outside of that, very little moderation happens, despite what idiots say. So
very little moderation. Okay.
Oh, I'm very lax in that, and then I even get complaints sometimes. Why do you?
He bans people on his day off? What? Yeah, you guys can use the Pepe torch. I don't care.
Let the chat get out of hand. You know, this is your business, and you should be making sure that it's a place that everyone can chat and feel safe. And you're right. I get it. And there's not much I can do because I don't want to be a guy who sits around micromanaging everything and moderating constantly. I'd rather make content. I'd rather hang out with you guys and have a good time and play games than sit here and say, moderate. It's not worth my time, right? But if people are going to be toxic like this, right? If they're going to be stupid, if they're going to be insulting, if they're going to be jerks, and if they're going to outright break the rules and insult others like they're doing, they're not going to be in the chat, okay?
He banned a bunch of people on his days off. That's what some people here are saying. Holy shit.
Okay.
How insecure do you have? And here's the thing. You know that it really gets under his skin because of the way that he goes off like this.
Good. Okay.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Someone tipped the book, says you could call the variety show DSP versus the world. I mean, I guess, but I don't think the whole point of the show would be me taking on
know about all that
in a confrontational manner, right? I don't think so. But maybe I should call it that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I would love to hear.
But you did DSP versus the internet, so how is DSP versus the world any different?
Your opinions. If we could brainstorm some stuff together of if I were to do a variety show, what would be a great name for it, right? We figure this out together. The podcast will always be the podcast, the level 1 podcast, that is. And I like doing this show in its current format.
I gotta keep sticking it to Keemstar.
But I like having the show be like the start of the streams on you know, my normal days. About an hour and a half of talking with you guys, covering topics. I don't want this to change. The variety show would be a lot of other style of content, you see. Maybe even covering things in depth. You know what we could do sometimes? React to stuff. I haven't done any reacting outside of game trailers and stuff in a while. Maybe people say, hey, Phil, I would like to react to this clip. All right, you know what? Let's do this on the show, right? There you go. Okay. All right. The tasteful truth. Phil Phillips it? What? Oh, Phil flips it. Excuse me. Phil flips it. I read it wrong. Dark side chill. DSP's crowd control.
Yeah, dark side chill. That should really be it. Remember, guys, he's happier now, happier than ever. That being said, shout out.
DSP,
Now let's see how
DSP's
this
main
goes.
event. What's up, Game Boy? How you doing? DSP unplugged. What's up, King Michael? Huh.
Though if Duty keeps poking the bear, DSP will likely go back to the gnome to get Duty demonetized again. I don't think so. It didn't seem to work very well for him.
Oh my goodness. All right, so guys, sorry, yawn hit me there. All right, I think it's time to get to the portion of the show. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna go through nominations. All right, the nominations. So I'm taking a look here. 222
Oh God, no, not the nominations for the viewer's illusion of choice.
comments. Yeesh, that's a lot of comments, right? 222 comments were made in regards to nominating games for viewers' choice. Okay. Someone took $2 says, do you think Kick might not be contributing to the positive environment you want your streams to be? No, that's not true. It's I want you to understand something. It's never everyone. That's a gross misgeneralization. Okay. It's very simple. When I started streaming on Kick.
Oh, is this it? This has got to be it, because Kick is pissing him off. Save the guy that likes Findom being berated and talked down to like a fucking dog.
We all know that the reason that I even gave Kick a chance or started streaming on Kick was because
I guess this is the revolting here again. I will not stop until they are unbanned.
Egged on to do so by the Kino Casino. And I was skeptical about doing anything on Kick. I didn't really understand it at the time. But once I started looking into Kick and realizing, oh, it's pretty much just like Twitch. All right. That's when I started.
I think Keemstar's pretty much just wiped his ass with Phil just like Kino Casino did. He came on and did that interview where really all he tried to do was try to get DSP one last time to go over on Lil Cow Live, and DSP wasn't going for it. And Keemstar just did the same thing everyone else does. Okay, if you're not going to do something even remotely interesting, nah, okay, goodbye, you suck. Yep, Iviga says here it is, so here we go.
Started streaming there. And initially, the crowd that we had on Kick was very casino-oriented. It was regulars of Kino Casino who started watching me on Kick. And not only did they follow, but they started subbing and gifting subs and supporting that way, right? Now, a lot has changed since then. And a lot of the people who still watch me daily on Kick are kind of holdovers. They're still fans of the casino, but also they like to stick around here to keep an eye on things. Some of them positively as real fans and some of them toxically and negatively. And to be honest, I don't really care why you're watching as long as you're abiding by the same rules as everybody else. We have rules that say you cannot insult the other viewers. You cannot be using toxic negative memes from detractors. These are rules that have always been in place. They're clear-cut, they're clearly defined, and everyone can see them and everyone has to abide by them. No one is immune to the rules because this is how you maintain a positive community. If I just let anyone say and do whatever they want, we'll have people at each other's throats, constantly attacking each other, trolling nonsense. It won't be a safe environment and people won't like the streams, okay? So I have put up with the holdovers and tried to be nice to them, despite the fact that I know they're probably not my biggest fans. They're more fans of the casino. They still come up to my streams, they watch, and I appreciate that they're here. The engagement helps. It does, okay? But I cannot allow people to directly insult others. I cannot allow people to directly...
You have a little dick is what I heard, and when I checked, I saw him spurging. Whoa, okay.
Pass about along these toxic memes. You honestly, I mean, let's be honest here. Do you really think that the vast majority of people who support my content are people on government pay? What are you even talking about?
Yes.
Are you implying that they are disabled people?
Yes. Yes,
wow,
I am.
That's a nice thing to say, right? Wow.
I don't mean it as an insult. I'm just saying what it is. I mean no harm by it. But yes, you're taking from people's government checks by crying poor, by crying how much you need money. You're taking advantage of people. Correct.
Wow, that's really... And first off, even if some of them are, that's not my business. That's not your business. That's no one's business. If they...
It isn't. To be fair, he does have a point there. It isn't, but you shouldn't be crying poor when these people are getting government checks. When you make over $100,000 a year, you shouldn't be crying about how desperately you need money. Right, case in point, Jade, and he knows that. I'm not insulting anybody for having a disability or getting any kind of check for whatever reason.
They like someone's content, they're well
But you used to cry about, guys, I can't get groceries. Guys, I can't pay my bills. Like, this is where the problem is.
Able to support whoever they want, however they want, and it's not your place to criticize, and it's not your place to try to deride or make fun of that. You're a sick individual and an online fucking bully. And the truth is, if we all looked at you, we'd probably laugh at you harder than you laugh at anyone else on the internet because you're probably a bigger loser. But no one does that. Instead,
That's not necessarily true, although in all fairness, I don't get a government check. But I mean, like, it doesn't matter.
losers group together on the internet to try to bully others. And it's just not allowed in my content. It never has been, and it never will be.
I don't really understand how that's bullying. They're just saying that a lot of your money is gotten from government checks. I don't really understand who that's bullying. They're not like, ha ha ha, the fucking retards, you know? Like, I'm not bullying you. I'm not bullying the people who give you money. I don't give a fuck if they give you money. Like, frankly, the more money they give you, I know you're going to be here tomorrow, so I can get my ticket to the circus. Oh my goodness. Kenny, thanks for the 2, honey. Some find a normal, genuine DSP fan.
If you want to sit here and try to insult others, you're going to be gone. Sorry, that's just the way that it works.
But wait, why can't they state something that's factually fucking based?
At a place where it's not chaos and it's not complete toxicity and online bullying. Maybe you're used to that environment.
Yeah, I don't laugh at the people who give him money. I don't particularly care. I'm here to watch the raging narcissist be a raging narcissist. Bullying's not allowed in my chat, but detractors are mentally stunted people. Yeah, detractors are retarded mouth droolers and PPP is this and Andy's this and Rich is that and Keemstar's this and this one's that. Right. Okay.
From places like, casino and other places, but that's not what I perpetrate in my business and on my streams. Okay.
Except for when I decide to talk shit about Rich for an hour or have another, session about the, Kino Casino breakup.
That's correct. King Ferb says, imagine if in real life, someone tried to make fun of someone who was disabled in front of other people. Exactly. What would happen? You'd be called out and probably someone would beat your ass. But you do it online because you're a pussy.
Well, so do you. You do it online because you're a pussy. Like why you're acting all big and bad right now is because you're a keyboard warrior. You're saying it from, literally, bro, you're like the worst example. You're saying this from your fucking private gated community to which you leave once a week. My brother in Christ. Luda, thanks for being a member for 1 month. If you beg online, your opinions are immediately invalid. I make my own money. Womp womp, Phil. Everyone in this chat is far more successful. Agreed.
You understand? You're a coward. You're a wimp.
Well, again, so are you. So, here's the thing. You can only be bullied if you act like a victim. That's the way that goes. I'm sorry. Nobody can bully me because, I don't fucking care. I don't care about you. I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion of me isn't valid because you don't fucking know me. So therefore, you can't bully me. I'm 40 fucking years old. You can't bully me. I'm a grown woman. Just like nobody can bully you, dude. You're 43 fucking years old. This isn't high school anymore where you're fucking getting a swirly in the bathroom from the seniors. Stop all the bullying. If you don't like it, get the fuck off the internet then. Because that's what's going to happen. This is the internet where we can say whatever the fuck we want to say. It's called freedom of speech, sir.
A little dick. And that's why you act.
Oh, there we go. There's a little dick. Hold on.
That's correct. King Ferb says, imagine if in real life, someone tried to make fun of someone who was disabled in front of other people. Exactly. What would happen? You'd be called out and probably someone would beat your ass. But you do it online because you're a pussy. You understand? You're a coward. You're a wimp. You have a little dick. And that's why you act like that online. So I'm not going to protect people who act like that in my chat.
DSP has a little dick confirmed.
In fact, I'll be the one to put my foot to your fucking ass and beat your ass for it. Okay?
Except for when someone tells you that they're going to beat your ass and you crumple to the floor and you cry and say you're an alcoholic and you can't help it.
Deal with it. And if you don't like it, fuck you, because I don't like online bullies. Okay.
DSP hates himself confirmed.
What's going on, Jade? May the 4th be with you as well. Do you like the lightsaber battle going on?
Then here comes Jade. Then immediately here comes Jade. You're chronically online, you actual incel. I know that's right. Bro spends 50 hours a week doing this. What?
Behind me. That's what I got. It's supposed to be a lightsaber battle light show, and also we got Star Wars text at the bottom.
Yeah, so everybody look out. We got a badass over here. Oh my God.
Okay.
That was so, this is the part of like watching this guy as often as I do where I get uncomfortable because I feel so much like secondhand embarrassment when he tries to get like huffy and puffy and he tries to say it with his chest out and he tries to act like a big man, but he lives in his private gated community surrounded by security cameras and he won't even go eat at a restaurant because he thinks someone's going to bust his ass in the fucking Olive Garden parking lot. And it's like, come on, bro.
So, folks, let us now. And by the way, it's hilarious because now all those LARPer accounts on Kick are exposing themselves, which is hilarious. Now they're all angry because someone actually stepped to their online bullying and showed that they're pussies. So now they're all upset. Oh.
Exactly. Get him out of here. Is that gin you're drinking?
You're all sissies. Don't you get it? Literally every one of you is a miserable coward. People don't
Minimal moderation king. That's a bad coat, bro.
sit online and
What happened? This is Dicker's fault. Yeah, they really sound upset.
bully others unless they're pussies.
Yeah, and then he's wearing that shirt and he's got that haircut and he's got that background and he's 43 years old and it's like it gives me like I do have some cringe, but like I'm feeling so much like secondhand embarrassment that it's obviously it's you know it's made me like kind of I don't know. I'm really uncomfortable.
If you have a life, if you have positivity, if you have confidence in yourself, you don't sit around bullying others all day.
He wants to say the F slur so bad. Yes, he does.
You go do positive.
He was quite big on saying that.
Things for yourself. It's only those who are the lowest of the low, the dregs, the leeches, the wretches, the bottom of the barrel, who have to sit there and look at others and basically make fun of them. Or else you're too busy with your own positive life. You don't give a fuck what other people are saying or doing.
I really, truly don't give a fuck about you. Like, I just come and hang out for a couple hours a day. I can't hang out as long as you do because I do actually have a life outside of the internet. But it's like, I just hang out for a couple of hours a day. It's just like funny. I don't know. When I'm not like streaming you or anything, I really couldn't give two fucks about you. And I think most detractors would pretty much agree. When they're not streaming or making a video, like they really don't give a fuck, dude.
Well, again, you don't understand that because you are the losers here. Not me. Not the people who are sitting around being positive and enjoying the...
This is also the same guy that canceled a goal because he saw someone say they'll mess with his order and his paranoid ass took it as they're gonna jump me.
It's the trends of society. See, I don't know about that. Jalen says call them incels. I don't know about that. I don't know anything about incel culture or anything like that. So I don't want to go that far.
Isn't this the guy who said retard isn't a slur? Right, it's a descriptor. And so is fat. Fat's a descriptor, except don't call his wife fat or he'll totally beat your ass. Yeah, okay. I watched you try to do a push-up. You are as strong as a 6-week-old kitten, bro.
Then you go that far, and the next thing you know, that would be a Minecraft moment for me where I misstep and I extend too far and I say things and I insult people who I don't even know. So I'm definitely not saying that. Okay.
He just has to say something. He can't handle it. Although I appreciate whoever started it. He can't help but take the bait. It's pretty good.
All right. So that's that. I'll just warn everyone over on Kick, if you're there to be toxic, you're not going to be there for long. Everyone has to abide by the same rules. I don't give a shit.
Until they make a new account.
How much you cry, how many emotes of smoking pepes you post in the chat like a 4-year.
They're not smoking. They have torches. Jesus Christ, Grandpa.
Girl, no one cares. Literally, no one gives a shit. Least of all me, and you won't be there.
But bro, no, stop it. You cannot act like this and then be like, oh, I don't really care. I don't really care. The last 10 minutes has been you caring as fuck. Don't do this. Don't do this. Iviga, thank you for the 2. I appreciate you. Push up. He was impregnating that dirty ass floor. This impotent, neutered motherfucker ain't impregnating nothing, but he was trying to just do the nasty on that floor. Moving
there for
on.
very long. Okay. All right. Let's get down to business. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, people have been posting up.
Does PWR count as an incel? I thought he was like a self-proclaimed incel. I don't watch his I don't watch, like, if he's still streaming or whatever. I wish him nothing, but success. Of course, I don't want him giving, DSP money anymore, but I hear some of his views about like women and things have like been changing, but I think he like called himself an incel.
For about 2 weeks now, games that they want to see me play during the upcoming
You can't pretend like you don't care when you so obviously care.
Viewers Choice event. Okay, so for the record, here we are. This is the post, which everyone reacted to for about 6 days. I think it was 6 straight days. Yeah, 5 days ago, but YouTube's always behind today, so it's basically 6 days ago. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at all your posts. We're gonna find the most nominated ones. We're gonna basically put them all together. All right, and we're gonna see what games it is that you guys are most interested in seeing me play, and then we're gonna create a poll or series of polls that you guys will now be voting on for the next day or two. Jade, it's all good. It was good to see you, man. I'll see you when you come back when you're interested in a game I'm playing, all right? Thanks. By the way, I hope you have a good day. I hope you feel good.
Not stay this, Kay. I wouldn't stay either, Jade.
No sickness, right? Okay. So let's go ahead and sort by newest first, and we'll go all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, Christ. We all know what this means. Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Okay. So these will be the very first games that were nominated way down here.
Yeah, this is gonna this is gonna suck donkey balls. If this is too bad, I'll just start slowly kind of skipping through.
And what we'll do is, I think what we should do, any game that has 40 or more nominations, we're going to write down, but then we're going to see what the games are to make sure that they don't like violate the rules or that they're active and that they make sense to play, and then we'll figure out from there what's viable for the marathon and create a poll. All right. So here we go.
DSP called a random female stream a slut. That was that Strangely Lex chick, I think you mean, when Iron Cuck was like leaving here and he went and gave her money. He called that Lexi or Lex, whatever her name is, chick, a slut. That was a hot minute ago.
I already have the pad open. Where did I put it? Here it is. So we got Mountain Blade, Warband or Bannerlord. I don't know anything about Mountain Blade, for the record. So
you're gonna I was gonna say, like, write all these down. You're going to type all of these out. You've got to be fucking, no, I'm like revolting. He's typing all of these out. Oh my fuck.
I really don't want to buy a game like that I know I'm not going to play or enjoy. I don't like that style of game. That's why we didn't play Stellar Blade, right? All right, let's see here. Anything else above 40? Fear and Hunger 1 and 2. We already said I can't play that because sadly you need multiple mods to even play it. Apparently it has extreme gore and sexual content. American Truck Simulator.
Ew, sexual content. Girls are yucky.
Okay.
Why do we have to do this on stream? Yes, stay out of the house by Puppet Combo. Do something. You need some indie horror games in your life, sir. Stay out of the house. Babysitter Bloodbath. I would say Nun Massacre, but he won't be able to get through that one. But like something by Puppet Combo, sir, please.
All right. Now, pretty much nothing is getting 40 or more nominations at this point. WWE 2K25. I'm just going to veto that. What are we going to do in that? If I were to buy the game, what would we do?
That's dangerously close to WWE Champions, and we know I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Sim matches? I don't have time to set up sim matches. The campaign, you play just for an hour? Doesn't even make sense. So I'm not doing that one. Lost Records Take 2. Are you serious? You want to torture everyone? You want to torture everyone with Lost Records again? I mean, I have it. I could play it whenever I want.
It's a fucking straight up troll, bro, but okay.
Five Nights at Freddy's game? All right, so we'll do...
No, don't ruin my love of Five Nights at Freddy's.
What was the ones that I liked? 1 and 4, was it? Yeah, either one I would like to continue there. Toasty Chestnut, is there a reason why you're spamming that message in chat? You know I don't care. So if you keep spamming it, you're just gonna get moderated. And I don't care, man. Like, you just stop unless you want to get moderated. I'm trying to be nice. Persona 3 Portable has 40 likes, does it? Fallout 2, I guess we're getting to these. Fallout 2.
Exactly, the Illusion of Choice Awards. Yep, somebody just made a suggestion. Nope, can't play that. Nope, can't play that. Nope, can't play that. It's DDY apostrophe.
GTA 5 online. I don't even think I have a current copy of GTA 5. Do I? What did I play it on? I don't remember what I played it on when I played it like a couple years ago. Let's see.
God, I can't. I'm losing brain cells. We're all just desperately losing brain cells. For the love of fuck.
What kind of game is this? Looks like an Atari game.
Okay, here we go.
A science fantasy roguelike epic steeped in retro.
Whatever he picks, he's gonna rage quit and then clean out his closet. That's possible. I think he's gonna push harder when he gets to the 100 goal thing.
Futurism, deep simulation, and swaths of sentient plants. What the heck? What is this game? It doesn't look like. Oh, no, it looks like everyone's actually played it and reviewed it pretty.
Is a science fantasy roguelike epic. Hold on, I'm not so good with the far away seeing. Fantasy roguelike epic steeped in retrofuturism, deep simulation, and swatches. Was that swatches? I can't see.
Positively. 30 bucks.
You know, you could just read the description. I
Wow.
can't because like
30
I'm half
bucks for a
blank.
game that looks like that? It's got to be good then. Because who would pay $30 for like a text-based game that could have come out in the 1980s?
It's amazing he'll hate it. Oh, here we go. A girl with boobies. Hold on. Oh, we didn't stay on that very long.
2019.
Hold on.
I don't know.
No.
All right,
We're watching
as a
that.
one-off, it might actually work. Paper Mario, we know what that is. Great. Kingdom Come, we know. Berserker Kazan, we know. What is Yik, a postmodern RPG?
Oh, Class of 09.
From 2019.
He won't play the caves. He won't play that.
Why does it look so weird? It looks like Persona, but with really bad graphics, like choppy animation. Oh, God, it bothers my eyes. Why'd they make it look like this? Oh, it actually, like, the colors give me a headache. Oh, it's even worse. Like, even if the game is good, they made the art style so annoying. Ah! I can't look at it. It bothers me. What were they thinking with this color? Just look at the screen. Oh.
They were thinking for sure no 60-year-old with Alzheimer's is going to be playing this game.
I might have to veto this game just on the fact that I can't even watch it. Like, it actually hurts my eyes.
Yeah, see, he just gets rid of whatever the fuck he wants to get rid of. Like, I don't know who thought, that this is viewer's choice. He just gets rid of whatever the fuck he wants to. No, I can't play that. No, I can't play that. I don't have the mods for this. This is too sexual. This is too blah, 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 blah. Oh, this bothers me. Whatever. You can't play this game in Venezuela on a Wednesday. So, like...
And to be honest, it's going to be like a turn-based RPG, so I don't know how well this would do during a marathon. You know what I mean? It really does. The visual style really does bother me.
I'm older and he's such a boomer. He's 43. I'm 40 and he's a fucking boomer.
The gameplay looks like I would like it. Like, the gameplay looks like it's Persona, so I probably would like the gameplay. But the art style is annoying. What do you guys think? It reminds you of Daft Punk Stronger? See, I never followed Daft Punk or anything like that.
No, we know. Penicenson, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate your generosity.
It's a fever dream.
If you were lucky enough to get a gifted membership, make sure you say thank you.
Ugh. I don't know. I guess I'll keep it in, but it really bothers me, like the visuals. Pokemon Showdown, someone said that was a free game. If it's free, I don't know about that, right? It's not on here, right? I'm not gonna be getting games that you gotta download from some third-party site that might have a fucking virus and shit in them. I want games you can buy, all right? I think I'm gonna have to eliminate Pokemon Showdown. I know what Dave the Diver is. I know what Darkest Dungeon 2 is. What is House Party? House Party. Oh, God, look. Well, look, I just doxed my date of birth. That's great. But, it needs my date of birth. That's not a good sign.
We already know your date of birth. You've been saying for how fucking ever long that it was your 43rd birthday. Like, bro, we can count. We already know. Favorite Pop-Tart flavor? Cherry, and you can fight me.
Oh, strong sexual content, nudity, drugs and alcohol. Oh, this sounds right up our alley for something that I could stream on YouTube.
He's never heard of House Party? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ.
It's from 2022.
Waiting for that gaming PC to die and first crash out.
An edgy comedy adventure.
Oops, you guys saw my birthday. Big shocker, I was born in 1984. I'm 40, I haven't had my birthday yet. Shocker.
Everything changes your story. Oh, God, look at this. This looks shitty.
I'm saying Iviga just had his fucking, like, what?
Ugh.
Thinking like we can't
What the
math
fuck?
and
Hit
shit.
your ass? You get electrocuted? Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. That's enough. No, we're not doing house party. We're not doing a house party. Like I said,
No, we can't do a game that might be fun. We don't want to do anything fun on a marathon, do we?
got to play stuff that's like YouTube friendly, especially if it has nudity and stuff. We can't be messing with that, all right? Crusader Kings 3. Oh, there it is. Looks like Risk. It does look like Risk. It looks like Risk, but dude, this looks like it would be super boring. Like super duper fucking boring, dude. I have zero interest.
I can't take a grown man seriously when he says things like super duper. I
Zero,
just
that looks so boring
can't.
to me. And quite frankly, again, we've played chess. I enjoyed playing it, but everyone told me it was the most boring part of the marathon.
It was.
So I think
It was the fucking worst.
I'm going to veto chess, and I'm also going to veto Bayonetta 3. Okay, because I was not interested in it. It's exactly the same as Stellar Blade kind of a deal. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be
No whammons. You know no whammons. I don't even know how that made it on the list.
boring. What's American Truck Simulator?
Human beings with boobies are yucky. No pretty girls. No pretty girls allowed. Boo.
2016.
I'm surprised he even fucking wrote Bayonetta. Maybe he didn't know what it was? I wouldn't be surprised he never heard a house party. See how he just straight, nope. He put that on the list, too. He put that on the list because it had enough fucking, what was it, like upvotes or likes or I don't know, whatever the fuck you call it. And nope, just took it out. Nope, we're not doing that. Nope.
It's just a truck.
6 a.m.
Viewer's illusion of choice, ladies and gentlemen. Viewer's illusion of choice. Oh, God, is this the whole fucking stream? Please, God, no.
Don't get paid for it. I don't understand it.
Please, angel of mercy.
I don't get it.
You don't get anything.
Anyway, I don't know. I think this
How you're still alive is nothing short of a fucking
would be
miracle.
boring as dirt, no? Again, I'm not against it. There's a demo that we could try, but I feel like this would be super boring. Just driving a truck around delivering cargo? What's the point? I guess I'll leave it in there for now. Again, I think we're going to have to do.
You watch your wife play Power Wash Simulator. Bruh. What are you talking about?
Even narrowing this down, we have so many games that we're probably going to have to, we're probably going to still have to narrow it down further. Okay?
He played the first Bayonetta and got lost in the tutorial. Christ.
So, Lost Records Tape 2, I mean, I have the game. We could just download the next part of it and play it. If you guys really want me to play it for an hour, I think people are going to cry because the game is so bad, right? Five Nights
You know he just straight wants to get rid of that shit. He wants rid of Five Nights at Freddy's, too.
at Freddy's, we could do either one. Fallout 2, is that on here? It is. So, let me ask this. All right, if I were to get Fallout
I don't know, you guys. $10.
2, is it reasonable to play it for an hour and enjoy it? Or is it the kind of game that you really got to immerse yourself in and learn, you know, at a level where you want to learn all the systems and everything? Or can I just casually play it for like an hour? I mean, this might be fascinating just to see the origins of Fallout and where it came from. Oh, really? I'm being told this actually is on PC Game Pass right now. You're right. Maybe it'll be fascinating just to test it and see what it is. All right, we'll leave that on there then. GTA 5 Online, I don't think we're going to do. Reason being, number one,
He's not smart enough to play Fallout 2. Fallout 2 is too complicated for him.
I'm not going to buy GTA 5 on PC. I think I have it on PlayStation. All right. But number two,
You never get immersed in any game with this asshole because every 20 minutes we gotta beg. We gotta go take a piss. We gotta go take a shit. We gotta go talk to the wife. We gotta go get something to eat. We gotta ban somebody. We gotta go on a tangent. We gotta tell a back in the day grandpa old man yells at cloud story. And even if you do somehow get immersed in the game, well, when you come back for the next stream, he ain't gonna fucking play that game.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything in an hour. Like, I'm just going to jump in and drive around. People are going to be following me and trying to harass me and stuff. I don't see it being anything feasible. And plus, I'm not going to play GTA Online as a long-term playthrough. You know, the idea is when I'm playing these games that hopefully one or more of them will actually become future playthroughs. By the way, Duke Nukem Forever. That's not on here, is it? No. Damn, it's still $20 and 54. So it actually has 120.
Remember that it will be playing this marathon at the 50 goal, which means he will have collected $7,500. And he just went, I don't know, you guys, $20 for this game. Remember that at the 50 goal, he's made $7,500.
20.
Want that duly noted.
Kingdom Come Deliverance has a whopping 315 nominations. Holy crap. Okay. Let's see here. What's next? Berserker
They've been telling you to play that game. You know they've been telling you to play that game.
Kazan. Where the fuck is it? How did I miss it? Where's Berserker Kazan? There it is, 63. Okay. Yiko Postmodern RPG has 43. Dave the Diver has 62. All right, this is starting to get somewhere now. As you can see, basically what we got is like 60 and above. Darkest Dungeon 2.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I'm so
80,
sorry.
Yeah, more than usual.
Okay.
Well, welcome. I don't know why we have so many viewers, but awesome. Okay.
Don't know why we have so many viewers. Bruh. 285.
So,
What?
let's go ahead. We're going to have to, sadly, we have to do 2 polls. Oh, I'm not logged in. Oh, I hate the system. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have 2 things I have to do quickly. First, I have to do this. Just to make sure that we don't get an echo today. Do this. Okay. And then I have to do this, because I have to log out and log back in. Give me a second. Okay. My mouse is giving me problems. There we are. Okay, so
More of this, my mouse is giving me problems bullshit.
we have to do 2 polls.
Oh no, now we have to watch him do the polls? Jesus Christ. Please.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
The 2 polls to vote on for viewer's choice. Basically, the way we're going to do it is very simple. The games that have the most votes will be played, and we'll go from there. So top 4 games will absolutely play. And then if we need backups, we'll go to the other games. Like, let's say, for example, we start playing American Truck Simulator, and it's so boring, we all agree to move on within, like, 20 minutes, right? Then it's good to have backups. So that's why it's good that there's...
He never deletes any scenes. And we all know that. He doesn't delete any scenes in his fucking OBS or
8
whatever.
games here in the running. This will give us the opportunity to have backups and other things to fall upon if it doesn't work out. Okay? All right. So there you go. Please vote. And let's see how it goes. They're right here on the posts tab of DSP Gaming, as you can see. And you can get to that right now. You can begin voting on those games. And I would say get to it because, like I said, we only need 5 more goals hit in order for this to begin. We could do it as early as tomorrow. So we need you guys to vote, okay? All right. Let's do some shout-outs.
Okay. I guess.
I got a $2 tip. Pokemon Showdown was a browser game, kind of like chess was. You get to make your own team of whatever Pokemon you want to use and give them a moveset. You should check it out at least to see what it looks like. Maybe I will eventually. The good news is it didn't affect the poll because it only had 40 nominations, so it actually wouldn't have made the final cut anyway. But I appreciate you giving me some more information about it. Thank you. Excuse me.
This is another thing to talk about. Out of the many, many games nominated, Phil can only play 4 of them. Yeah, despite the fact that he's going to be live for like 10 fucking hours. He's only going to play 4 games.
Okay.
Because he doesn't take his little fucking break in between. He eats on stream. So these marathons are getting less and less game oriented.
The Dark Side Child returns to the buck, basically saying, did the comments matter? Basically, it was upvotes and posts. I'm sure people commented on it too, but it's upvotes and posts. And as you saw, we did it very fairly. I went through, I did have to eliminate a few games. For the most part, every game that had the most nominations got in there. And I'm very sorry if something didn't get there. But, you know, now the polls are there. Please vote if you haven't yet. I'm sure you haven't.
Except sorry, not sorry. Like,
because we just made them. Okay.
Yeah, 1 hour per game, except he's going to be there from 11:30 a.m. until like, I don't know, fucking 8 or 9 o'clock. So let's just call it 12 for the sake of I went to public school in the, you know, fucking middle of the country and I can't math very well. So 8 or 9 hours. Yeah. And so only 4 hours of games in 8 or 9 hours. Christ.
And someone took $2 and said, well, Dave the Diver had 2 comments. He did. Well, if it did, that sucks. 'Cause I already made the polls. I can't really fix it now.
Pretty sure you can
Well,
edit
shit.
a
Too bad.
poll. I don't know.
Maybe next time. I don't know what else to say. How do I fix that now?
I never edit my polls because I don't fuck them up, but okay.
We already made the polls. People are voting. I'm not going to change it now, right? Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sure people crash their cars and shit to fucking pull over and go to your fucking YouTube channel and vote on a game.
Someone took $2. Says Kingdom Come 2 is one of my favorite games for the past decade. No exaggeration. I took my time. I played it for 130 hours. Well, that's why I'm willing to give it a chance. I am, even though so many people have told me about it. I was like, nah, I don't want to play it. This is your opportunity to get me to check out a game that I normally wouldn't have played because I didn't have interest. Maybe you guys can convince me otherwise. If you voted up for this marathon and we play it, maybe I'll like it. And maybe eventually I will want to do a playthrough of it. All right? Maybe I am just a stupid, ignorant idiot.
They voted and voted and voted and begged and begged and begged for you to play Stellar Blade, and you played it and still decided that you hated it and they hated it and everybody hated it. So these people can do whatever the fuck they want to do. You're still going to do exactly what you want to do.
It's happened before. It'll probably happen again. How much is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, by the way? Is it on Game Pass?
What the fuck are you doing? Play the game. Oh God, just pay for something. I know,
Only
that's
Kingdom
right.
Come 1 is. 2 isn't on there, huh?
I'm so fucking bored, Phil. Stop cheaping out on your business.
No, okay. How much is it on Steam? $60.
I actually don't know who got banned that like where it pissed everybody off. I guess that Trump real guy again. For Dave the Diver, that's a lie. Someone recommended it to him and he said it looked like shit and that it's indie.
$60 $60, 60 dinero, 60, well, it'd be like 4,000 pesos. Yikes. If I buy this game, and I don't...
That he got paid $7,500 to play. $7,500 for the $60 game.
like it.
He just totally smacked his forehead into that microphone.
I buy this game, and I don't like it, I'm going to be very upset. We'll see. Let's see what you guys vote for.
If I pay $60 for a game, even though I was paid $7,500 to play it, I'm going to be really mad, you guys. Gonna be really mad.
I have no clue what you guys are going to vote for. You very well may not vote for it. Even though it got nominated, you might not vote for it. You know, you never know what's going to happen. We've already got over 180 votes on each poll, FYI. What sucks is
So now we just have to sit here and wait?
in order to see poll progress, apparently I have to vote, but I don't want to vote. That might skew the polling. I can't see the result unless I vote.
Why do we have to see the results right now? The poll isn't over yet.
All right, how about I will vote. All right, how about this? I'll vote. So if I were to vote on if I either wanted to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Berserker Kazan, American Truck Simulator, or Lost Records Tape 2, well, this is the absolute last game I would ever want to play in history. Oh, wait. No, wait. No, I voted by accident. Oh, no. I voted on Lost Records Tape 2 by accident. Can I undo my vote? Oh, I can undo my vote. Okay. Phew. Oh.
Veteran 17-year YouTuber.
Oh, I almost made an oopsie poop.
Veteran streamer, veteran YouTuber.
Oopsie right there. That would have been a bad one. Okay, so I can see the results and then undo my vote. Okay, there we go. So right now, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is winning the first poll there. Okay, what's winning? Because I was going to say, if I were going to vote here, I would have either voted for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or Berserker Kazan. And I'm kind of undecided between the two. Like, either one are games you guys wanted me to play and I skipped. Here, I would vote for Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. For sure, I would vote for that. Because that's one that I played back in the day on GameCube. I absolutely loved it, but I never got to finish it. When the remake came out, I wanted to play it, but then I was so busy with other stuff, and I never got... Definitely that's what I would vote for there. So, okay. So vote, guys. Here, I'm going to unvote so that way it doesn't affect things. Vote, and let's see what you vote on. We'll track this in the next day or two. And guys, now that you know...
Why? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to win and Class of '09 is going to win because ladies with boobies. I mean, come on, man.
Games are in the running. I'm sure out of those games, there's got to be at least one or two games you guys absolutely want to see me play, right? Let's hit the goals right now. Let's get...
I don't know why he went clown mode all of a sudden. I don't know what's happening
our
here.
first super chat of the day. Let's get our first member of the day. Let's get some more subs over on Kick, and let's get a big fat, juicy tip. Let's get some goals hit. Let's hit the goal right now by the end of this podcast. So that way,
I don't think you should be saying things like big, fat, juicy tip. I'm upset I've had to say it because you said it, but I'm a girl. I really don't recommend you keep saying it, especially because I know how you feel about certain kinds of people.
we can continue with Expedition 33 and go for a second goal. Because think of it this way. If we do that, maybe we can have this marathon on Tuesday. Hell, if we get enough rallying, maybe we can do the marathon tomorrow. I don't think we will, but it would be great if we did. Come on. Clyde Baxter says, I'm voting class of 09 and lost records. Okay, I'm going to ban you right
Doesn't Class of '09 have a cuck sex scene? Does it? I've never played it. I heard it does because the creator's a weirdo. That's really funny.
now. And permanently banned. There you go. Very nice.
I just got gutter brain. Oh, don't worry. I've had it for like 25 years. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, Toasty, I already warned you once to stop spamming. I'll warn you one final time. Stop spamming. All right, that's your final warning. I'm trying to be fair with you. Soup Doop has gifted a sub over on Kick. Thank you, Soup Doop. I appreciate the support. So with that, we're up to 47, guys. We're almost a third of the way. Let's get to 50 right now. Come on, who's going to do a $3 tip or super chat? Let's or one membership would get us there. Let's get to 50 right now. Immediately, let's cinch it. Boom, 50. Come on.
There you go. You had a cuck help you out. There
Let's
you
do
go.
it. Dark Mag gifted a membership. Our first.
There you go. Do you feel that little increase in your self-esteem? Did the $3 make you feel better about yourself? Oh, honey, I hope it did.
Membership of the day. We
You
did it.
desperately need someone to boost your self-esteem for you.
We're at 50 right now. Thank you, Dark Maggot.
He does want them disability checks bad. God damn.
What the hell? Where did that come from? There we go. We're a third of the way to the goal.
I mean, he'll get it eventually. When you think about it, he'll get it.
Now, who's going to drop 10 subs to get us to 2/3?
Drop 10 subs. See, what is wrong with you? You just got one, barely said thank you, and now you already want more. Jesus Christ, it's like putting fucking half of a tree into a wood chipper.
This is the way to the goal.
Fuck.
Come on. How about a nice $50 super chat? That'd be beautiful. Okay.
This asshole over here thinking $50 super chats fucking fall out of the sky. What have you done today exactly that deserves a $50 super chat? Besides beg for money and talk about how ridiculously expensive a $60 and $20 game is. He might be behind on his Amazon payments though.
Yes, everyone vote. Everyone vote on what games you want to see for viewers' choice. You have today and probably tomorrow. I'm thinking this may happen on Tuesday. It might happen on Wednesday as well, but it could happen on Tuesday. All right, so Toasty Chestnuts, now you get a timeout. And now if you do it again, you get a ban. I mean, you got
I didn't see what that person was saying.
all the rules. You're still not following them. I don't know what your problem is. Like you got a condition or something. Okay, I received a $2 tip.
Why don't you just say they're retarded? Like, that's what you want to say. Like,
No,
just
be gone,
say
foul
it
demon.
already.
What does that mean? No, be gone, foul demon. What are you talking about? I don't know. I really don't know what that's a reference to, but thanks for the $2 tip. So now we're at 52 and climbing. Thank you, guys.
Amazon payments are no joke for this guy. Oh, Lord Kanye, I know it. I know it for sure. Lucky Gremlin, thank you for the 10 gifted. I appreciate your generosity. Thank you very, very much. If you were lucky enough to get a gifted from Lucky Gremlin, make sure that you say thank you.
Game Boy, I still have not seen the Borderlands 4 stuff. I haven't had a chance. I knew that we wanted to do this
I
today
appreciate you.
because of the amount of support we got yesterday. I knew with the rate that we're getting support that we're probably doing this marathon soon, so we had to get this pull up today, okay? I want to look at the Borderlands 4 stuff. I still haven't had a chance. Yes, that's correct. The leaderboard is Star Wars font today. Star Wars, nothing but Star
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No.
Wars. If
Oh,
these
I had a
tariffs
great
and
shot,
tariff
though. I
wars
got to
keep
go
getting
back for
this
that.
4 stuff, I still haven't had a chance. Yes,
Oh,
that's
did I
correct. The
miss it?
leaderboard is Star Wars font today. Star
Yep. There we go. That's a good one.
Wars, nothing but Star
There we go. Thank you. Nice and phallic, and I appreciate. Oh, there you go. Nice and phallic.
Wars.
Thank you.
Very good.
Can't imagine Phil's Amazon payments. Christ. He's still paying on the TV, though, right? And those computers and all
How
that
much do you
other
expect next
garbage.
generation systems to cost? I don't know. It really depends on so many different factors. Right now, we have things going crazy tumultuously
I'm sorry to put everybody through that twice, but those are going to be unbelievable thumbnails
with
for the
government,
future.
government and politics. Like, who knows? If these tariffs and tariff wars keep getting worse and heating up, they could cost $1,000 each. You know, we don't know. Soup Dude wants Bannerlord votes. Soup Dude wants people to vote on, what's it called? Mountain Blade Bannerlords. Excuse me.
William Hung sings better than Phil.
I don't know. I think no matter what, they will be the most expensive consoles ever. I believe that. I think we're going the way of more expensive rather than less expensive. So I truly believe that the next gen of consoles will be the most expensive ever done. Dark Maggot says Borderlands 4 just looks like another game. Nothing I saw made me super excited about it. Borderlands 3 lowered my liking for the franchise. I didn't like Borderlands 3. I got it and did a playthrough. I was bored. I got so bored with it. I just didn't find anything really appealing or interesting about it. So, no, I was not ever really obsessed with getting platinum trophies on PlayStation. I wasn't an achievement hunter really on Xbox either. It just wasn't a big deal to me. It's funny because I was a full-time YouTuber.
He puts everything on installments now that DoorDash offers installment plans. What?
I basically had way more like gamer points than most people, and that whole first console gen
No
of Xbox
way.
360, PS3,
Is that a thing?
and Wii that I covered as a YouTuber, I mostly played Xbox 360, so I had a ridiculous amount of points on Xbox Live. I didn't have that many platinums. Early on, I think I only had a few, and even today, I play a game on PlayStation. Very rarely would I go for the platinum. No, there were no trophies
Oh, trust me, we know because you quit everything.
given out for
We
my
know.
Evo placement. Back then, everything was very grassroots. No one really had things. There were no title belts. There were no trophies. I mean, shit, there was barely a reward if you won. You would win Evo. They'd be like, here's $500. Oh, thanks. Wow. Not even enough to pay for my
You can pay on DoorDash in installments. Wow.
hotel room. Thanks a lot.
You can now pay DoorDash with Klarma. Get out of here. I don't have DoorDash.
What was my favorite Borderlands
obviously,
game?
so-
Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was the best. It was definitely better than 1, but it didn't get so grindy and repetitive that it was boring like 3. So I think Borderlands 2 is the best one.
He's got an opinion for every game before he even sees it. Sir, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, we've come to that part of the stream where he's just gonna fuck the chat now and read what he wants to read, and we only have a little teeny tiny bit, but this should be coming to a whimpering, sad, pathetic end here very shortly. DoorDash in 4 installment payments, interest free, I guess. Jesus Christ.
Excuse me. All right, guys. So last chance.
At that point, like, just drive to the Wendy's, man. You know, like, what is even happening?
If you have a few things you'd like to talk about, tag me in the
Are we
chat.
gonna start like financing like fucking late night Taco Bell runs?
Let's do a little bit more Q&A to end the show. Then I'll go on a quick break. Then we got to get ready. More Clear Obscure. All right? I'm excited. Like I said, we're in the midst of a big story segment. So I'm curious to see how it goes, where the story advances, etc.
You need a quick break. I've been live for 2 hours and I've been live longer than you. And you need a break? I don't need a break. I'm only like 2.5 years younger than you. Christ, I don't have to take a piss yet. I've been sitting here drinking a Coke this whole fucking time.
It should be a great show today.
You need help, sir. If you can't sit still for a couple of fucking hours, you're doing the wrong thing for a profession, dude.
Okay. I should put my silver play button in the streaming background. It's on my wall hanging right here. I could, if I ever wanted to, I could put it in the background. I just don't think it's a very big a deal. Like, 100,000 subs is like nothing on YouTube. Seriously, I mean it too. Like, it's nothing of significance anymore. There's people who barely post and get 100,000 subs just because they have a few videos that hit the
You wouldn't be saying that if you had like 30K subs. You wouldn't say that.
algorithm. It's just not that big of an accomplishment.
Some people do think that there's diabetes or that there's other issues.
Hope thank you so much. A $2 super chat. He says, happy May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed the lightsaber show behind me today.
I don't know that I could necessarily do a stream for 8 hours. Probably if I trained myself, if I did it as regularly as he did. But I think the longest stream I think I've done like 5.5 hours. And I think I did take like one break, but I think it was to get something to eat or something. I don't know. But I'm not gone for 20 fucking minutes. I might be gone for like, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds.
I got a $2 tip. This person says, if you have 8 hours, you can play all the games for an hour. That'd be fun. Polling seems tight. And there's no runaway right now. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. when I do a
Yeah, explain to us why for an 8, 9, 10-hour marathon, you're going to be playing games for at most 50% of the time. Optimus, thanks for the 2. That's how he got that haircut. Had to get up.
marathon, we all know, we're going to start the marathon hanging out, talking, me having a few drinks, right? Doing some Q&A and stuff, hitting goals and whatever. Then we'll probably do a poll for the first game, play for about an hour. Some of the games, here's what's going to happen, like always. Some of the games we're going to like more, and I'm going to play longer. Some of the games are probably not going to be so good and be boring, and we're not going to play them for as long. That happens every marathon I've ever done. Okay? So there's potential, if a lot of the games are not so good, that we'll zip through a bunch. Okay? And
That's who your gap really makes a difference, I guess. I don't
we'll
know.
play a ton. And there's other potential that maybe some of them will like a lot, we'll play longer, and then we won't get through as many. You know, it all depends. So I guess we'll see. But eat is a tall order because there's segments in there, for example, I'm going to eat at some point, right? We're going to hang out and talk, do some Q&A. You know,
So if you're going to stream for, let's just say 9 hours, what in the holy mother of fuck is going to take 5 hours? How long is it going to take you to eat? I've seen the fucking DSP Tries It segments. They're like 30 minutes long. How long do you need to drink and eat? You don't take breaks. You need 5 hours. Oh, well, don't forget, we still get a podcast during these marathons. So we have to take 90 minutes out of it right there. So if he streams for 8 hours, we're immediately down to 6.5. So there's that. So then we get 4 hours of gameplay. So now we're down to like 2. What are we going to do for that 2.5 hours? What in the fuck?
it's not going to just be me playing games. So because of that, usually I get through around, 4 games per marathon. You know, we've had more than that before. We'll see. I have the original 100K sub plaque because I had it back when it was actually an accomplishment. Like, no lie, back then to get 100K subs was a big deal. It was very hard back in the day to get 100K subs on YouTube. Now it's like instant. I mean, just overall.
That's not even remotely true. And that YouTubers who don't have 100K subs would really not appreciate the way you talk about it like that. 0.01% of YouTube channels have 100,000 subscribers. If your channel has close to, at, or over 100K subs, you are in the top 0.01% of YouTube channels in the world. It is not at all easy to get 100,000 subs, especially now because YouTube is so incredibly oversaturated. So that's a big bunch of garbage.
Overall, YouTube has so many more users now that if you have a video that goes viral in the algorithm, you're probably going to get like 100K subs. You know,
that's not how any of that works. That's not how any of that works at all.
You're just going to get it. Back then, it was like you had to bust your ass to get 100K subs on YouTube. So I have the legacy button that they don't make anymore. Yeah, I don't care that Toasty Chestnuts is upset that DJ Trump and Pot of Avarice is banned on Kick. I don't give a shit. Again, everyone must abide by the rules. It doesn't matter who your friends with.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter if you're in a good old boys club. It doesn't matter if everyone does the smoking Pepe emotes in chat. You must follow the rules. Sorry. And they've had multiple chances. Both of them have been
100K subs is an accomplishment. It absolutely is.
banned before. They've been warned. They come back and they act like assholes again. I don't give a shit.
This is definitely how you know YouTube.
Hilariously true, James. He says subs don't really mean anything. Boogie has like 6 million subs still, but he gets 5,000 views a video. It's ridiculous. Like, for example,
that is true. In all fairness, subs are pretty much bragging rights. They don't account for anything as far as like how much you make. When it comes to money and stuff, which is what we know this guy cares about, it is all about views. Yeah, to be fair, subs are bragging rights, but still, it is quite an accomplishment to get 100,000 people to click the sub button.
When I was at the height of my popularity on YouTube, which was, 12, 13 years ago, okay?
Don't say things like that out loud.
I only had about 130,000 subscribers, okay? I was bringing in over 10 million views a month. Now I don't even get 1 million views. I was bringing in over 10 million views a month on.
Someone made a comment that if you did a purge of his subs, he'd have 80 or 90. I would say less than that. I would say less.
DSP Gaming with only
at least over half of his shit.
100,000 subscribers. Why? Because no one wanted to subscribe to the channel because the YouTube system sucked and people loved the amount that I uploaded but didn't want their entire sub box flooded with just my content. So if they subbed to the channel, all of a sudden in a day they'd see 20, 30 gameplay videos in their sub box, they'd see nothing else. So no one subscribed, but everyone would still watch the videos, and I would get insane amounts of views.
Subs and CCV are the way you get spawned. Correct. Yeah, you do have to look as if you have an audience for sure.
So even back in the day, When YouTube only wanted to talk about subs, subs didn't actually matter, but YouTube never knew anything about how to actually track anything on their site. They were morons. They were trying to use metrics like it was a TV station. Then they tried to use metrics of engagement that didn't make sense. They never knew shit about what was actually popular. They're just a bunch of fucking book smart nerds. They don't understand the street smarts of YouTube.
Oh, stop biting the hand that feeds you. You don't know anything about YouTube. You just sat here and said, oh, it's as easy as that to get 100,000 subs. Broski. Stop it. You're stupid.
What actually brings butts?
If it's so easy, then everybody who starts a YouTube channel, then we all have 100,000 subs, right? I started my channel in December. Where's my 100,000 subs? It's so easy, right? Where's my 100K?
Follow along this dumb shit that some nerd told them. And they don't even understand why things get popular on their site. If they actually had a way to make it so that inboxes wouldn't have been flooded, I would have had millions of subscribers on YouTube back in the day. Millions. Because that many people were watching my content. But no one wanted to subscribe because they didn't want their inbox flooded. So, what are you going to do?
Could have maybe made less videos. You could have stopped going for quantity and gone for quality, but you still insist on not doing that. Imagine calling the company you work for morons on their site. I don't know how he does this and continues to get away with it.
No,
isn't Phil a hard R kind of guy?
I'm watching them all because that's the funny part is when on YouTube, people sub and they never unsub unless they have a reason to. No one ever had an actual reason to mass unsub for me at all. It never happened. I've never had a movement where there was a mass unsub on any of my content. Never happened at all. It was always sub, and then it kind of goes stagnant. No one pays attention anymore. But there was never a, oh, this guy, cancel Phil, mass unsub from him. That never happened.
No, you don't get mass unsubbed. That's true. That usually happens when people like abandon channels and don't make any content. You're still making content. The thing about it is that nobody uses those channels anymore. YouTube is literally keeping him alive, and he continues to bite the hand that feeds him almost every single day. But Phil, I thought you were a prominent YouTuber, right?
In fact, the times when you think that might have happened, for example, the incident and shit like that, no, that gave me a spike. I actually got a spike of
gross
attention during the most embarrassing times.
Stop fussing at yourself, you weirdo.
Yeah, I did hear about Star Wars Zero Company. It's Star Wars XCOM, basically, right? Yeah, I heard about it. I'm not too, crazy for you. XCOM games.
Don't you have something else to do,
what
Grandpa?
You want, and we'll go from there.
Don't you have to go take a piss or something? I mean, honestly. Crap.
Hey, thank you all. Cool. Great show today. I hope that you all enjoyed. Tomorrow, I'll be covering any game news that happens. I'll be telling you.
Yeah, if YouTube removed the inactive accounts, he'd probably have 12 subs if that was the case.
I'll probably do like an early results of the poll. We'll see how the polling is going for viewers' choice. In addition to that, I'm sure I'll be talking about how the games went today and more. All right, guys. So thank you so very much for a great episode. I will see you all on Monday. Peace out. Okay. All right, everybody. So it is time to get set up for Claire Obscure. So Claire Obscure, let me think about this. I need to put my camera on the other side of the screen. I need to rotate it around for Claire Obscure. Yeah, I do. Well,
Christ, he doesn't even know how to set anything up. Let's just... Thank you for somebody else making my point. $7,500 for 50 goals. Wine's about a $60 game. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not alone. Oh, nope. Dude's already gone. Dude's already fucking bailed out on us. All right. Well, I can't watch him play the game because it hurts my soul so deeply inside, even worse than these fucking podcasts that he does. But I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me today. If anything wild and crazy happens, then we'll do this tomorrow. I might go on ahead and just take a day. I don't know. He's getting awful repetitious lately, and it's just kind of like a lot. But we'll just kind of see what happens. But if I do decide to stream tomorrow, I hope that you will hang out with me and have a good time, make fun of this guy. Appreciate everybody. I do invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to, totally fine. I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do. Big ups, everybody. Thank you so much. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.